Alright. You ready? You excited?
That I am, dude. Yeah.
What are you expecting? Or are you most excited for these patch notes?
Possible changes in Rockgrove, possible fixes in Rockgrove.
So just a trial?
What else? No. I was just going down the list.
Okay.
Class changes.
Wait there. Okay.
Significant set changes, like to stuff that they're releasing now, or possible old sets. You know, we've had a lot of set overhauls, so it'd be interesting to see that again. Companions would be cool, but yeah. We'll see, dude.
We'll see.
I'll give you genuine first-time reaction. I didn't read them at all.
Yeah, I didn't read them either yet. I only read like
I read what
it was being
posted
shared.
in Discord.
Yeah, like a portion.
That's it. Like one paragraph.
Well, alright, here we go. Version 7.0.5, or Blackwood Chapter, Update 30. I don't know how they come up with the numbers, but whatever. Alright, so let's scroll down. New zone. I guess, did you explore that all yet?
I've been forced to a little bit because one of the some of the leads are in the new zone, but like I've kind of tuned it out. Like I did a set of the repeatable dailies, and that's it. And I've just been sitting on this world boss while I've done stuff around the house.
I'm gonna actually transfer all my Rid characters to Leowin. I think it's better than Somerset or Eleanor.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so, for sure. I mean, you can like mount in the crafting area, and the turret area is like not even 40 meters away in game, I think.
How close are the stations to each other? Like, are they
really tight? Like, it's literally just one corner of the city, and the way shrine's right there. The guild stores are to the right. The only issue I guess people will have is like the banker is in the building, in a building.
Yeah, but
I mean, you have a
banker is so bad. Like,
yeah,
the banker is really bad there.
Yeah, I think
it's across the city in a building. Like, Eleanor's only good if you don't have to do mount training and you don't have to do banking.
Yeah, I don't know about Vivek City versus Leowin though. We'll see, I guess. So everyone's always like dick writing Vivek City. All right. So yeah, new zone, new tutorial. 6 delves, 6 world bosses, 2 public dungeons, new set crafting stations, and I think we'll kind of get into that in a bit. Over 30 hours of quest content, exploration, and achievement hunting. Wow.
I mean, if you count doing the dailies over and over, yeah.
I mean, but also I guess like the trial achievements too. That's easily like 30 plus hours. Yeah.
The trial is easily hundreds of hours for most people. Like we've already spent what, probably 50, 60 hours in the PTS on it. So.
Oh, easily more than that. And we rated there for what, 6 weeks, right? Almost 6 weeks, right?
Yeah, we cancel a lot. Like that would
true.
60 hours would be and like
replacing fuckers.
25 raids. That'd be toxic. Sheesh.
All right. Oblivion Portals. Have you? I did this.
Oh no, I read this in the first week of PTS, but I haven't seen any of this.
Yeah, I did this, and it's actually pretty interesting. It's actually like a mini dungeon with a boss at the end. That was pretty fun. But on the PTS, not PTS, on the preview it was like, but I don't know about the PTS. They're really hard to find so far.
Yeah. Kind of the same thing as like Sigic portals, more or less, probably.
Kind of. But it's like an instance per portal.
And they're not in a node. Like they're just chilling on Overland, right? Like the Craglorn portals, or?
Yeah. Something. No, it's not like the Craglorn portals. It's like random areas. Like completely random. I found one on the cliff, I found one by a lake, and then I never see them again. And they like despawn too, so I think once you go through the portal, there's like a limited time for other people to go through the portal, or a limited time for you to go through the portal once it's discovered.
So that's gonna be annoying, or something to do like on off hours.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
If there's achievements related to that.
Okay, so companions. Yeah, companions. I mean, restrictions and limitations. They count towards a population cap as if they were a player in trials, group arenas, and dungeons. I think they're absolute dog water in trials. I think they'll be absolute dog water in group arenas. I think for dungeons though, I think it'll be okay.
Yeah.
I think for like the base game bet dungeons up until IC DLC, I think they're fine.
It's kind of like they're fine anywhere where stuff is easy enough. Or like I think in Dragonstar, it would probably be okay, to be honest, if you just had it like chaining. If you couldn't find a fourth, you know. But I mean, Black Rose, it would just be on the ground the entire time, for sure.
Alright, so yeah, relationship, rapport. I mean, if you guys want to see everything about companions, there's a companions guide you can check out at the ESO University. Pretty much has everything. And like a 50-minute video that has timestamps that has everything. Alright, so I think we're going to skip the companions, to be honest. Because they're just kind of, what do you call them? Like fluff, for the most part, for like most players, I would say.
Right, yeah.
Or not most players, a lot of players.
A lot, yeah.
But not most players. I think most players are actually going to be interested in companions. Or
like if you want to take them in, like it's not really that relevant in instance-based content, right? But Overland, like I'll do them relatively early on because the way I see it is that companions are going to provide me an advantage when I'm doing my Overland stuff, like whether it be like plus 3k DPS or chains or whatever, you know, like it's definitely useful to have, like just running around.
True.
Like you specifically when you do your when you're doing your surveys and you're completely naked.
Oh yeah.
Nothing to defend yourself, dude. Imagine having a decked out Bastion there to protect you and Dragon Leaf the enemies, dude.
He doesn't have Dragon Leaf though. He has like what is that? The Lava Queen ultimate or whatever.
It's like an NPC thing, right?
Yeah, it's an NPC. I wish players had that ability. That'd be cool. Alright. But yeah, skill lines, they have everything that we kind of have except a second bar, skill bar. They don't have as many passives for obvious reasons. And I think gear farming for companions is actually gonna be, I don't know, like you don't really need, I mean, I guess you need specific weights and traits, but you don't really need sets, so I guess it's kind of easier in a way than player gear. So we'll see.
So do you know, like, will these companion drops be, are they Blackwood exclusive right now?
No,
or
no,
like,
no.
Can you get them in any zone?
Anywhere. You can get them anywhere. Like, I tested on PTS. I went to Deshaun, I went to Stormhaven, and world bosses would drop, like, blue or green shit. I don't know. I couldn't find purple. I guess it's, like, a much lower drop chance.
I'll have to see how you tell the difference. Do you not loot any until you get a companion? Do you know? Because I've done a few world bosses and I don't see anything in my inventory yet.
I wonder if you'd need a companion for it.
Yeah, that's my guess.
Interesting. Or maybe the drop chance is low in the first place. I don't know.
I have like 20 pieces of zone gear, so I hope it's not that low.
Yeah, true. Also, white quality can be bought from NPC merchants just to start out.
Oh,
so
okay.
that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Alright, perks and keepsakes, kind of went over that already in the guide, but they're just little passives you can have even while they're not active. Once you've like pretty much completed their quest line. So for example, you don't have to have Miri out to get her perk of a 30% chance to provide additional loot from chests. And you don't need Bastion to be summoned or out for your potions to be buffed.
Did you do any tests with the potions?
Yeah. Actually,
do they go to biz pots or?
No. They don't. It doesn't go like health potion to tri potion or tripod, and it doesn't go from like essence of stamina into like what we use. But it's like, how should I say this? So instead of giving just stamina back, the stamina pots will also give you major brutality. So it's like 2 effects.
Okay.
Yeah. Not 3 effects. I think that'd be.
That's
better than nothing.
Like, yeah, it could be decent. Like throw that set in your inventory, and maybe you'll get sorcery or something. And when you're chugging pots in zone.
And cool thing is, I think those potions are not bound to you, so you can sell them to players who want them. So, I mean, they're better than trash pots, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Let's see.
So You have both of those passives once you unlock both of them, correct?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Once you get the keepsakes from, completing their quest lines each, then you're good. Even while the companion isn't active. Alright. They talk a lot, or they don't talk a lot, but they talk a lot. You can adjust the frequency by going to the settings menu for those who are playing around with them right now. And you can also have them auto-cast ultimates, or you can just manually use their ultimate. Let's see. Okay, Rockgrove Trial. Okay, this is what we're both kind of really interested in at the moment, honestly, above everything. Alright, so the lore is Stone Talkers are being invaded by another tribe, and the other tribe is cheating by using Daedra. Okay, so 12-player trial has a normal and challenging vet version. What do you think about the vet version, like the base vet? I don't think the base vet is like challenging.
It's not too bad, but I mean the trash and
trash.
Some aspects are a little bit intense to pug. Like if you don't have super high damage on boss 2, it gets like a little bit shaky, having to deal with all this stuff, and your tanks have to be on the ball for sure. It's true. I think it's pretty comparable to Sunspire, like non-hard modes when they came out. Like I don't think it's too different than that.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, but yeah, I don't know. I think the vet is like whatever, except trash. I think trash is gonna be interesting for a lot of people. I think it's like Kind's Aegis in a way.
Yeah, except the trash is a little less punishing because the bulwarks just are really annoying. Like at least stuff will eventually die, and it seems like the shields are nerfed, right? Like they nerfed the Soul Weaver shields, so like it's not like boom 3 mil shield on all the ads.
So we got some people in chat saying you won't get companion stuff if you don't have them out with you. Yeah. So you need them actually active. Okay, that's cool. I mean,
yeah, I mean it makes sense. Like I would actually be annoyed if it was the other way around because
of the inventory.
I don't. Right, I don't always want to loot companion stuff. Like,
yeah.
Do you know if is it like deconable like everything else?
No, I tried.
So
you have to like
you sell it or destroy it?
Or yeah,
wow, that's pretty brutal. Like,
I mean,
if anything, give me like a turpin or something from it, Like, or let me decon it, because I save all my blue gear to decon at the station once I fill up. So having stuff like littered in there that can't be deconned is just gonna be a little exhausting. Me personally.
Oh yeah, new item sets. This is a juicy part, I guess. I guess that's just like the intro to the trial. New item sets. Frostbite. I mean, we tested this on PTS, right? And it's like not that bad.
They nerfed it back, didn't they? It's
no.
like this because wasn't it 844? I swear they changed it to 844.
I don't. Which week was that?
I'm guessing.
Was it week 4?
3 or 4.
3 or 4. 2, 3.
I would just Control F Frostbite.
Increase the damage done with frost damage up to 8%.
That was what they changed. Yeah, so it's unchanged since that. Yeah. Good set for sure.
Yeah, for like brittle
or anyone who wants to play Ice Staff build.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's better than nothing.
It's cool. Yeah.
Was that a pun? It's cool.
yeah. I'll take credit for that.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, decent set. In Rain, I think.
I mean, it could have its place potentially, like especially on a Brittle Warden. Just chuck it on, or I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a great option as a zone set. Like it's close to Mother Sorrow and Strength if you're using Ice, right? So.
Yeah, I think it's pretty decent. Oh, Deadlands Assassin, next one, medium set. Weapon damage, max stamina, weapon damage. That's a lot of weapon damage. Dealing damage to an enemy within 10 meters of you with a heavy attack causes you to throw a cone of knives. Dealing physical damage to enemies hit. If an enemy hit has 50% health or less, they also take additional bleed damage over 13 seconds and scales off of the higher of your weapon or spell damage. I I don't know, dude.
It seems decent, but like anything where the proc condition is a heavy attack is it's really hard to make that good. Like you really have to make it strong because heavy attacks are so damning on like a biz rotation, right?
No, I think for PvP it could be interesting.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I wasn't thinking of it in that context. Yeah, for sure. Because heavy attacks, medium attacks on stam, very relevant, right? Because of putting people off balance with that's 2-hand skill.
Yeah, medium weave a stun, easy. Bog Raider, heavy, max magicka, max health, max stamina. When an enemy of recently damaged dies, gain 10 ultimate, increase your health recovery by 1156 for 10 seconds. This effect can occur once every 10 seconds. You know, a lot of people looked at this and they're like, "Oh, they're bringing back Dead Waters Guile." It's like it's nowhere close to Dead Waters Guile.
It's like, yeah, it's 1 ult per second for a 5-piece. That and then the stat lines before it are just so
it's
dog.
It's doo doo. It's dog water.
Like, there's one per damage spec. There's one relevant line, and max stat isn't that strong of a line to begin with. So
yeah, I don't know what people are smoking to think that this is like Dead Waters Guile. I don't understand, but whatever.
No.
Craftable sets: Hissed Whisper, health recovery, stamina recovery, magic recovery. Dealing damage with a lighter or medium attack heals you for 318 health and restores 318 stamina and magicka. Dealing damage with fully charged heavy attack heals you for 636 health and restores 636 stamina and magicka. I think this is like a really strong set, personally.
Yeah.
There's no cooldown.
No cooldown, and just, you know, potential like unlimited sustain tank or something like that. Like,
yeah, it's just
healing if you don't have something else to slot. You know, like there's like leveling, right? Sustain is a hard thing when leveling sometimes. It's crafted, right? So yeah,
it's crafted.
I will probably make that one of my training sets, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
because it's such good resources for all of them. You know, sprinting and casting rapids to get to the next spot takes stam. Casting skills takes mag. And I like it a lot.
I wonder how it pairs up against seducers, or I guess it's better than Willow's Path at this point. I don't know about seducers. So we'll see. Okay, Heartland Conqueror adds 129 weapon and spell damage, max magicka, max stamina, increases the effectiveness of your weapon traits by 100%. This does not affect ornate or intricate traits. You know, a lot of people actually PM me in Discord or whatever about this. Is this like gonna be paired with Torgs? And I'm like, where the heck are you gonna use Torgs? I don't know.
Where do you have space for Torgs?
Well, yeah, that's the more accurate statement to make, for sure. I guess even in the Mac, I mean, even in the same composition, I don't know how.
The sets are so tight in Stam, and
yeah,
like Alkosh is it's just way more pen even now, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's getting even tighter on Mac right now with support sets, right? With that new,
it's getting tighter everywhere because now you potentially put in some Sax Heal or.
Yeah, Diamond's Victory. This is an interesting set to me because it seems pretty strong. 129 weapon and spell damage, critical chance, 121 weapon and spell damage. Dealing direct melee damage grants you range supremacy for 5 seconds, adding 437 weapon and spell damage to your damage over time and ranged attacks. Dealing direct range damage grants you melee supremacy for 5 seconds, adding 437 weapon and spell damage to your melee attacks. And that's.
So I mean, people were looking at the numbers and crunching them and comparing it to biz sets right now, right, in the PTO. So
yeah,
it has potential. And so, what do you bash to unlock the range supremacy, or like what on a Magicka tune? What's your melee direct damage?
There's like a whole spreadsheet they made in that Discord invite in there. If you want to take a look at it later, but it seems like pretty good. I think Blast Bones counts towards both.
Okay. Dang. That's
yeah,
really
so it's interesting.
I'm just thinking of like other classes. Like what does a mag tune have? I mean, I guess if you're using dual wield, then it procs from light attacks, right?
Right.
So, and then your spammable is range, so you proc it both on cooldown, which is awesome. So
Diamond's Victory is super awesome. You can proc its stacks on any action, including roll dodge, bash, synergy activation, or any self buff. Also LE weapon. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's just 437 spell damage and weapon damage to everything you do, right? Basically.
Well, double that because you're getting both. Ideally, right?
Yeah, but like, it's 437 to everything. Like, won't each? Well, you said Blast Bones counts for both, but a lot of it will only be proccing 437 spell damage once on that specific skill you cast.
No. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a set people should look at. I didn't even I overlooked this for sure in that first video I made. Alright, trial sets. This is gonna be interesting. You know, a lot of people had feedback about this set. Base's Mania adds 129 spell damage, gains Minor Slayer at all times, increasing your damage done, blah blah blah. Adds spell crit, adds spell damage on the perfected version, increases your damage done to non-player and enemies by up to 15% based on your missing magicka.
I mean, it's just a great set if you are willing to put the work in to babysit your magicka, and before a pull, dump your magicka, and like know how much you'll need without bottoming out. Like, I don't mind it because it's like a set that rewards kind of working hard, because it's a whole new aspect like we weren't considering before, was like dumping our like mag for damage, you know.
Right. I think a lot of people's gripe with it is you have to be below a really low amount. What is it, 20-15% max magicka to get the full 15%?
Oh, it's very low. You basically have to have nothing. Yeah, I think they could have made the 15% point like 20%. Like I get it, but I think stacking it up to not being able to use your magicka is kind of silly. Like, why have damage? Like, yeah, I don't.
I mean, but still, that's a lot. I think even without going under that much, you're still doing.
It is, yeah.
Up to 8%, 10% still above.
You can 20%? Average like 12 if you're smart about it. Like that's like.
That's still a lot.
Bad. Yeah. Oh, it's great. Like that's a lot of damage. You do it correctly, like it can potentially outpace Sororia. So.
Yeah. What is this? Stonetalker's Oath. It's light. Trial set. Magic recovery, minor aegis, magic recovery, max magicka, perfected only. Your fully charged heavy attacks place a soul bomb on your target that charges as the target takes damage. After 10 seconds, the bomb explodes, restoring 5% of the damage received as stamina and magicka, up to 20 to 40 stamina and magicka to 12 group members within 16 meters of the explosion. Occurs once every 10 seconds. As a comparison versus Hollow Fang, you're losing out minor vitality, but I think it's more consistent and higher resources return.
Yeah, it's more sustained than anything.
Yeah.
But it requires a heavy attack every 10 seconds, which is something to consider. But it's a lot of sustain. It's 400.
Yeah, it's
400 something recovery for stam and mag all the time. It's pairing that with the new CP nodes for the healers, like sustain. It's just irrelevant if you use that set now.
Stonetalker's Oath plus RO. No, I think you still want to pair RO with your Volds. I don't think Stonetalker. I mean, I don't think you really need sustain sets at the moment. Really,
Yeah, it's situational for sure.
Yeah. But most people are still going to run Parse Food this patch, so it's like kind of irrelevant.
It's like it's not that strong to pair with RO, even if you skip the Yorvolds anyways, right? Because RO's 2 heavy attacks back to back every 20 seconds,
right?
Whereas this you need to do 1 every 10.
That's 3 heavy.
So
attacks.
like, well, yeah, potentially.
Yeah, that's
maybe 4. Like if the timing's weird, like that's a lot of heavy attacks in a 20-second period.
Yeah.
If you want to be,
I wouldn't recommend pairing this with Aura, but you could consider using it instead of Hollow Fang if you don't want the minor. I mean, if you don't want the minor vitality, but I think this is a little overboard in terms of sustain anyway. So I think people will still stick with Hollow Fang. Even though that's in itself also falling out of popularity, I think, these days in group comps. Let's see. Soulzon's Torment, medium armor set. Adds 129 weapon damage. Gain minor slayer at all times. Weapon crit perfected only. When an enemy you recently damaged dies, they leave behind a vengeful soul for 6 seconds. You can only create one soul at a time. Touching this soul increases your weapon crit by 2160 and your crit damage by 12% for 30 seconds. Trash. I mean, well, not the set. Not the set. I mean, like for like trash, like for trash pulls.
I was like,
I didn't mean like trash set. I just meant like trash pulls. You know, it's
really
30
good.
seconds.
Yeah, it's really good situationally, right? Because in fights where there's no ads, it sucks because you can't proc it, right? Like if there's only a boss. But there's places like potentially Zajhasa, right, with all the cats coming out. Like maybe you could carry it over from the trash before. Well, there's a long time, but like there's fights where there's ads coming out constantly, and you'll just have to step out a little bit. Like what's that set from Imperial City?
Essence Thief.
Essence Thief. Yeah.
Oh, this is.
But it's
like,
a long time.
Yeah.
It's 30 seconds. Like.
Yeah, 30 seconds is a long time. I guess like you could use this too for PvP, like open world. Like just kill some poor level 30 and.
Not even
get
that. I mean, you can just kill an NPC or a guard or anything. Like
true. It'll be interesting. But you only have 30 seconds
this is
to
like,
kill the next person.
If this will work like rats in the lobbies or something.
Oh no. Probably. I mean, Dration worked with rats in the lobbies, right?
Because you do 1 damage to it, right? So you do damage, technically.
Well, is it considered an enemy, though?
I'm sure. I have no idea.
Yeah, patches up. It's been up since 6 a.m.
to test, I guess.
Alright, the heavy set. And this is also a set of somewhat intense debate, I feel like, even amongst endgame raiders. Alright, so it's max magicka, minor aegis, max stamina, and max stamina perfected only. When you cast an ultimate ability, you and up to 11 group members within 28 meters of you gain a major force for 1 second for every 15 ultimates spent, increasing your crit damage done by 20%. This was nerfed. Also, you have to be in combat to gain the effects from the set. I wonder why. I bet you people took advantage of that.
Sure.
But yeah, so it was nerfed on PTS, and people were like, oh, it's nerfing. No, it was fucking overtuned, I think. But now it's like for 1 second of major force for every 15 ultimate spent. And this is going to be, I think, paired most likely with the Colossus on a support. And it's going to be fight dependent or group comp dependent. I mean, if you only have, what, 2-3 crows, depending on the fight length time, you will need this on the support, I feel like.
Yeah. If you're running a Necro support for the Empower, it's a good set to put on them.
Yeah.
Because you can take away a Necro if they're not the best DPS available. Or just take away a Necro from the alt rotation and put them on Destro. So it's it has its use now. It's definitely not as strong as it initially was, but I think it's in a fine place. It could be a little bit stronger, I think, like 1 per 13 alt or something.
What was it? VHoff says 1 for every 12, right? Pretty sure.
I can just look it up. 10. It's 10.
Is it 1 for every 10?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
Yes, it is. I mean,
is it?
I'm reading in game. I'm logged in.
So. Oh, okay. That's weird. I thought it was a little higher. Never mind. I guess like the only argument against that is it's 12 people total, not 6 people.
Yeah, but I mean, you also have to think the difference between the buffs and stuff like that.
Right. This is because it's a major force, not major slayer.
Right.
All right. But yeah, I mean, I would definitely recommend, if you're a support player, for sure picking this up. I think it's going to be used on a healer or tank, depending on the content or group comp. Materia said you could use Saxo Heal and Mechanical Acuity in a bomber in Cyrodiil. But then you wouldn't lack Vicious Death.
Potentially. I don't know about that. Like, major forces, yeah, it's alright, I guess.
Alright.
I mean, it's good because of like acuity, like they said, 100% crit.
True. It'll be interesting. Let's see. Antiquity and Mythics. Ooh, my favorite part. Gaze of Sith is heavy head. This was nerfed on PTS because it was just too strong. I mean,
what was it, like 12,000 armor or something?
Yeah, I mean, it was like 10,000 armor with like a little less health recovery, like 500 less health recovery, but then you had like 5,000 or 6,000 max health. I mean, that's, I don't know.
It was like equivalent to block mitigation on like a DD. So
yeah,
it would have been the ultimate easy trifecta mythic.
True, like the new Ice Heart. I mean, why do you need to block if you don't need to block? So it's
right,
like,
it's if you get the same mitigation as blocking, like that.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, but they nerfed it. I think it's still gonna be useful though in PvP. I mean, there's so many instances in PvP where you're outnumbered or being like dogged down that blocking will only get you maybe half a second of reprieve.
Right, like this is good for kiting away.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be good for 1vxers, I think, still. Unless you're gonna use something like Torque or another mythic.
Malakath, or they changed that, didn't they?
Malakath, yeah, I guess with proc sets.
We'll get to it or something.
Yeah. Harpooner's Waiting Kilt, medium legs. Dealing direct damage grants you a stack of Hunter's Focus for 1 minute, up to 10 stacks max. You can only gain 1 stack of Hunter's Focus per second. Each stack of Hunter's Focus increases your crit chance by 125, and your crit damage by 1%. Taking direct damage removes 5 stacks of Hunter's Focus and has a 1 second cooldown. Removing Harpooner's Waiting Kilt removes all stacks of Hunter's Focus. Curious what you think about the change, because it was more, right?
Right, it was more crit, or more crit damage. Yeah, it was 2% crit damage per stack, I think.
Mm-hmm.
My take is that it was over nerfed, and what I mean by that is the crit damage being decreased is good, right? It was very, very strong, like obnoxiously strong. But removing 5 stacks from taking damage, I think, is a poor change because it just completely eliminates it from PvP. Like, in what world in PvP are you not getting hit once every second or once every 2? Like,
right.
There's no possible chance you're able to deal 10 ticks of direct damage, like a tick of direct damage to someone every 1 second for 10 seconds without taking damage. And if you take damage, like, more than twice, you don't get anything from it. So it's just gone in PvP. It could have been decent in PvP, but like, I think reducing the crit damage percent was like enough of a nerf. Or like, I think they should have removed like 2 or 3 stacks at the most. But it's
yeah, but it's still best in slot though. That's the crazy thing.
It is. Well, it is situationally, that is, because like, if you're taking more than a tick of direct damage every 5 seconds, you're not having any stacks, and it's worse than a 1-piece crit. So
yeah,
it'll be best in slot a lot of places for sure in PvE, but won't see anything in PvP, and they took away from a lot of places. It's whatever, but
yeah,
I think both of the nerfs were
from what I'm seeing on Twitter, at least from Outcast's timeline. Where's Outcast? People are killing fish for
yeah.
Fish before Blackwood, great life. Fish after Blackwood, extinct.
And it's in like this obscure area of Murkmire that I bet 90% of players have never gone to.
Yeah.
And
it's like
I actually caught it on my very first cast.
Your very first cast?
First cast. I took HV in there because I still have the fishing nodes on my map from when I achievement hunted.
That's funny.
And I showed him the spot. I cast and I caught it. I'm like, oh, I'm done.
It was my god, I have to go fishing. I need to get a Sanch.
Yeah.
What is it, like one slime crawl, 1 harpooners, right?
Right, because slime crawl is the
most crit rating.
Yeah, which I also don't like. I don't think they should have messed with the 1-piece bonuses. Like, I don't know.
All right.
I think like it's the only 1-piece that has like a discrepancy in the bonus. I think it's silly.
Well, the reasoning is because slime crawl already offers. I mean, it offers something that is already there in a lot of groups. Minor Berserk. or can be easily obtained through a skill like Camel Hunter. So it's like
right. I understand the
useless.
reasoning, but
oh, okay. Death Dealer's Feat Ring. Gain a persistent stack of escalating feet every 2 seconds during combat, up to 30 stacks max. Each stack of escalating feet increases your max stam, health, and magic by 88. You lose a stack of escalating feet every 4 seconds you're out of combat. They buffed this for more resources, but even then, it's like it's not much at all. Like,
so that's what
88 times 30 at most.
8, 24. So like 2,600 of each, more or less.
I mean, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, and you have to stay in, like, this is like you get the max after a minute in combat. In PvE, like, you're very rarely in a minute of combat.
Well, unless it's a boss fight.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's comparing like an extra 2k mag to like the harpooner's kilt. Like, it just gets blown out. It could be potentially cool on a tank, right? Like if you have no monster set to run.
I guess. I mean,
because if you think about it, like if you're doing Zelvaka, which is like a 8-minute boss fight, you're at max stack on the first platform. Now you've got like, I mean, almost 8k like resources extra. Like that's a lot. You don't see much in the game giving you 8k resources for one item.
I guess, but if I'm on Zelvaka, I have Kratos.
Right, the monster sets are tight. Yeah, I understand. But like Kratos or Lord Warden or whatever. But
Shapeshifter's Chain reduces the cost of your transformation and ultimate abilities by 15%, while transforming increases your max health, stamina, and magicka by 1707. So it only affects Werewolf, Blood Scion, and Bone Goliath transformations.
But like Werewolf is kind of like a little irrelevant, right? Because you should try to be like maintaining werewolf form, right?
Right. So,
but
they actually buffed it a little bit for werewolf because it was like irrelevant.
I mean, it should probably be good for werewolf because of the stats. Like I don't know what is it?
It's dog shit. Sure? You're supposed to yeah, it's dog shit.
Do you use mag on werewolf, dude?
Mag? Yeah, I guess. But okay, like, you know, people meme a lot about werewolf builds in PvP, but you actually, especially with Crimson Twilight or whatever, but if you know how to kite people around and shit and roll dodge at the right times, you don't really spam your heals. That's the thing. Bad werewolf players spam their heals with magicka. It's just not.
So you don't have sustain issues, you're saying?
No, unless I'm being hounded by like fucking 30 fucking people.
The stamina will, I don't know, like what are you running alternatively as your monster set?
Whatever else. It's gonna be proc sets, for sure.
Okay.
Could be like Chudan, unless... I guess they did give major resolve to werewolves, but I mean, more resistances, why not? Because, again, your weapon passives aren't active on the werewolf.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I think it's dog water for werewolf. I think for vampire and Bone Goliath, it's just stupidly strong, potentially. Especially for Goliath. 15% cost reduction. That's...
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like, the way I look at it, like, I'm a little bit in the other boat, because at least werewolf, you can get the stats 24/7. Like, it's only well transformed, the stats, and you're not really transformed for a majority of the time with the big other ults, right?
I just don't think the 1,707... also, why is it 1,707? It's such a weird number.
Yeah,
max health, stamina, magic is just... I don't know. It's not a make or break it. It's weird. Maybe if it was like 3,000, yeah, sure.
Oh my god, that would be over 2. That's correct. 9,000 resources?
Oh man, 1708 was too OP. Oh man. Alright, new antiquities. There are new antiquities defined in Blackwood. Okay, so just more scrying and excavating for those of you who want to, I guess. New crafting motif, new outfit style, 3 new furnishings, a canoe. You can get a canoe. Okay, Zen idol, Blackwood tapestry, a new map furnishing, 3 new sellable antiquities. There are 4 new mythic items. Okay, yeah.
What does that mean by sellable? Like merchant sellable or
merchant
guild
sellable.
store sellable?
Merchant sellable. The one, it's like the zone ones. I think they're talking about. You know what I mean? The green, blue, and purple that you can sell.
Oh, you mean buy or
Sell.
sell?
You know the base ones, like when you're like grinding antiquities, you get the green, blue, and purple, right? If you've never done that zone before.
Oh,
get,
okay. I get what you mean.
Yeah. Then you can sell those to the merchant. All right. So outfit styles, yeah. Just more outfits. Markings. Okay, I have a question. So I made a video actually about the new the trial markings. Now I was actually curious what people thought about this, because it's actually replaced the traditional skin that comes with a trial. I made the video showing off the markings. Kind of curious to see what people thought about how the 2 markings replaced the skin for a trial, and I think everyone's pretty much said, you know, it's lazy. People are gonna not do the trial because they care about the skin. This is poor. Zos getting lazy. It's hideous. I mean, basically the sentiment is they don't like the fact that the body markings are replaced entire skin.
Well, and body markings like run their own risk because they don't take the place of anything. Like if you're a vampire stage 4 and you're ugly and you want a skin to replace that, you can't use the most recent trial skin that you're proud of because it's body markings, and that's just gonna put body markings over the aesthetic of a stage 4 vamp. Same with other skins, like yeah, I don't. It's weird.
I mean, do you like the markings? Personally, I don't know. It's like, I guess.
I mean, I haven't looked at them much, but I mean, markings always fare better on an Argonian, I think. Like,
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I feel like even if they came out with a skin, it would be like underwhelming or not as good as a Crown Sword one, and that's an entirely different discussion, I guess.
I think they should have put if they wanted to do this, I think it could have been a cool addition to a skin. Like put the body markings on normal, face markings on the vet, and the skin on hard mode, right? Like, are you getting a pet for doing the hard mode? Like, what are you getting? The title? What else? You know? Oh, I guess the hard mode.
The hard mode.
The hard mode is the face markings. Sorry.
Yeah. The hard mode is the face markings, and the vet is the body markings.
I think they could have done body markings normal, face markings vet, skin vet hard mode, or something like that. Like, stop taking away. Just add more, right?
Right.
More goodies equals more killing. So.
What do you think was the reasoning for the markings? Like, oh, we're adding a mount, so they don't need a skin.
Yikes!
I don't even know what the reasoning was. Like, maybe they just didn't have the time to make a skin, or maybe they were like, you know what, the players say they don't like the skins every time. Since when was what in your opinion? When was the last good skin?
The last good trial skin? You mean?
Yeah.
Asylum.
Like, you think so?
Yeah,
not Cloud Rest?
Cloud Rest, I don't like. I mean, I don't like it. It's okay on Argonians. I mean, I'm just like, yeah, I don't like Cloud Rest. I don't like Sunspire. I don't like Dawnbringer. Hoth is okay. Dramathra was S tier back in the day, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they just gave up.
I think they were trying to do something cute, and like I don't think they gave up. I think they were trying to do something cute and clever, like, oh, you can use this with a skin, but like,
yeah, but
not
most
what
skins
people
don't
want to
match.
do.
So I actually tested that, and it's like maybe 1 or 2 skins that actually you can like see the markings. Everything else is like the Void Plasm, the Dromathra skin, everything, the Silver skin, everything just covers it.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the point of my markings?
I mean, is it like a like when you put them on? Is it like a full body transformation? Like
the markings?
Is it full body coverage? Yeah.
No, it's like.
No, it's like.
Here, I'll show you. I'll show the video.
Sorry.
Hold on. Yeah, let me scroll up all these comments.
You know, they were body markings and not skins, so I didn't pay attention to them.
It looks like this.
Oh. That's worse than a lot of them that are just in the... Okay. That, you know what it is, dude? They wanted they wanted something that you could show off when you took your clothes off, dude. They were like, you know, pop a dress on, dude, with long sleeves and you're not covered, dude. It's just for job opportunities. I mean, that looks total. Like, why is the whole region around the belly button, you know, completely bare, and then the whole chest traps area is just completely bare? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
But then he has face tattoos. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, go watch the video if you guys haven't seen the new skin.
Do you know what the back looks like? Is the back covered or?
Yeah, hold on. Let me put my ferret down real quick. The back. Where's the back?
It is really awful.
Yeah, there's the back. There's the back. There's the back.
Oh God, it's like a T-shirt, but oh God, this is like, oh no.
Well, yeah, this is the new trial skin.
I love how the only the only head markings are just like the little bit on the forehead. Oh my God.
I love how there's like nothing in the back.
I mean, I think if they did cool body and face markings, it could have been reasonable. But I mean, this is just strange.
Oh man, that's funny.
Like, there are so many far better body markings and tattoos in the game that are base game. Like, you can put them on in character selection. Oh my God. That image just of him frontal, dude.
Oh,
it's so bad. It's like, oh God.
I mean, definitely people are not gonna do the new trial for the skin, but they will still do a new trial for the mount or something, probably.
Well, yeah.
Well,
I can understand
like,
where
okay, 5 teams. 7 teams.
I can understand where people are very upset. Like, there's no good rewards under, like, the titles are relatively cool, but there's no good aesthetic rewards under the trifecta. That's not cool at all. That's not cool.
Yeah, and you know, I think in this video I like tried different. Yeah. Here I tried the Meridian Purify. I guess it works with it because it doesn't cover everything. But then once you like try other skins. Okay. Like the VHOF skin, like it just covers it. Like, what's the point of this?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, look at this. Where's the markings?
There's just a scuffed little like splotches of the markings where the VHOF skin is like, like not complete.
Oh no, God! Where's the VHOF skin? I want to see it again. Oh my God!
It's just a little like surprise.
Oh no.
Oh jeez.
Oh Jesus.
It's like, oh no.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, that's a no-go, man. That's
no-go.
That's really sad.
Alright. Sure. Oh, I want to refresh this page, see if they updated.
Also, they never. I mean, we haven't gone there in the notes, I don't think. But I don't think they ever put effects on the new mount. Like, I don't think they put effects on it. Like, taking out the trifecta mount, roaring.
Maybe you're satisfied with how it looks. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a difference on how it looks. It's just like summoning and roaring. Like, that's
right.
Leave it exactly how it is when it's. being.
I mean, maybe they
but...
changed it for live. Who knows? No one's gotten the mount yet.
True.
All right, let's see.
I guess we'll see in Craglorn when the first people get it.
New pet, Bog Dog pet. Soulzon Flesh Ripper mount is acquired by completing the Zavaka's Bane achievement. New achievements and titles. The Stonekist. Stone Talker. What?
It's typing error in the.
Yeah, it's
notes.
probably.
I checked on live.
Okay, it's probably a mistake.
I'll tell you what it is. It's Planesbreaker for the Trifecta, and it's Zelvaka's Scourge for hard mode. So it's the new ones.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think? I think Planesbreaker, right? Is better than Stonekist or whatever.
Yeah, it's
Stonekist.
It's fine.
What the heck? What the heck was that? Well, who came up with this idea in the first place?
Also, has there ever been a title where it's like insert last boss's name and then a word like taking it out? Like Zelvaka's Scourge just seems kind of lazy to me. Like
Scourge. I mean, if no one knows what Zelvaka is, it's like, oh, that sounds cool, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know. You do it, you defeat the last boss on hard mode. So now your title is defeating the last boss on hard mode. Like,
true, true.
It's like I would use like any of the no matter what they made the Trifecta achievement, as long as it wasn't like inappropriate or offensive, I would use it just because of pride for getting the Trifecta. But Planesbreaker's not the worst ever. It's not the worst it could have been. I'm satisfied but not impressed.
Oh, new dies, new motifs, new furnishings. We'll kind of skip that. Base game, they added ability bar timers. Excuse me, chat. Gotta clear my throat a little bit. But yeah, I actually use this a lot on the PTS during our raids, and it wasn't that bad, but
yeah, I just didn't like
UI
where
it was a little small.
Yeah, it flips behind and then does the bar. I like having numbers so I can like
right,
because you have to be like, if you want to have the best rotation possible, you need to bar swap and cast stuff at like between like 1 second and 0 seconds, preferably close to 0 as you can. It's really hard when it's just like a rolling bar instead of a number. Hard to time perfectly. Harder. But it's huge step forward for any platform that doesn't have add-ons. It's game changing.
Yeah, it definitely
finally
is.
Like finally, it's it's a little sad that it took like what? I mean,
7 years.
Action duration reminder stuff has been out for what, 5 years?
About 4 or 5 years.
Like that's a long time to implement something that's pretty simple. That add-on creators did themselves. Like
I don't understand why. I don't understand why they didn't just copy ACD or ADR. My bad.
Yeah, I think they totally. I'm sure. Like, who does that? Is that this? Who makes ADR?
I forget.
Cloudor? Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm sure whoever makes those add-ons would be ecstatic about the game devs asking, like, to put it in,
Yeah.
Like, even without compensation. Like, they already made them without compensation. Like, it's just mostly people who make add-ons are passionate about the game and want it to be improved.
Mm-hmm.
I think they could have gotten input from those people, and it was kind of just quiet on their own. They did it and made it.
Probably legal reasons that they couldn't copy it. That's not how add-ons work.
No, add-ons. No add-ons are like legally bound. It's just like stealing someone's add-on is just like a moral thing. Like most add-ons, like I don't even know if you're allowed to like copyright add-ons because it's like
I mean add-ons
used
use what's
inside
in the game.
ESO. Yeah.
That'd be like me going to your house, asking to go into the bathroom and claiming it as my new
claiming the toilet paper as your own.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I just.
Yeah. Oh yeah, new monster sets. In IC. So a lot of people were confused when I made a video about this from the PTS. Like, oh, where are these monster sets coming from? They're coming from Imperial City. Not dungeons, not arenas, not trials, just Imperial City vendors.
Around Imperial City.
Yeah. So we got 3 sets. Zoldi Ever Wakeful. Max stamina. When you break free, you release a wave of Watcher energy, causing enemies within 8 meters of you to become feared for 3 seconds. You also gain 34 weapon and spell damage for each enemy hit, up to 6 enemies for 7 seconds. Very reactive PvP set. That's slightly over 200.
I mean, that's
weapon damage and spell
that's
damage.
Potentially great. Like, there's assuming like no cap on it for the amount of people feared. Like,
yeah.
If that's an incredible 1vx tech, I think.
It's a free CC, right?
Like everyone in 8 meters of you, which if you're getting like collapsed on, like that's pretty.
Well,
that's a pretty generous distance. Like, that's an automatic CC for everyone who's not on CC immunity.
Yeah.
You know, that's a great escape tool. Or a re-engage, right? Because once you break free, you get a guaranteed CC on people, and then you can turn an ult. Like it, and it gives you weapon damage. So.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will definitely like Zol. I'm gonna definitely try it on PvP.
That's the Watcher boss, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it like had tentacles coming out of in front of you or something, if I recall correctly. But I think they changed the visual. But yeah, let's go to Immolator Char. This one's an interesting one too. It's like it's like Gaze of Sithis, but you can't combine this with the Gaze of Sithis mythic because it's the same headpiece. You can't really, yeah. Imagine wearing 2 helmets. You have armor, max health, and when you take damage while below 50% health, you gain immunity to immobilization, snares, and crowd control effects for 10 seconds.
I mean, that's also...
That's so good.
Insane, too. Right, because that's a... extra, like, pot. What are they called? A movable pot. That's an extra movable pot in your monster set. And 10 seconds is so long. Like, a movable is what, 8, I think? 8 seconds of...
Somewhere around there, 7 point something, 8 something.
So, you know, if you combine those two, that's like near 20 seconds of potential immunity for every 40 seconds. You know, that's like a half uptime.
Yeah, it's crazy. And, you know, a lot of people will say, well, why not race against time, the subject, to, you know, gain immunity, or, you know, wings or whatever grants you immunity to immobilization, just snares, like, whatever, rapids. I don't think rapids even does it anymore. I think it does. I don't know, I forget.
I think it does some forms, like not
not everyone.
CC, but...
Yeah, but this is hard CCs too.
Right, this is
it
everything.
Stuns. Yeah, fear.
Slows, anything.
Yeah, everything.
Like, so that's really good, and it doesn't require human input. Like, it's reactive based on the game. So if you get, like, you know, let's say a Nightblade comes to gank you out of stealth, like, there's no like, you get below 50%, you just run away. Heal, run away. Don't need to do anything. Ball groups, yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, ball groups is gonna be interesting with this. Like, sheesh. You think everyone's
like,
gonna
as
wear
long as the
group?
heals are going, dude. And who knows, like, in a hypothetical situation, if you used balance down to 50% and then balanced again, like, would it proc? You know, like...
Well, it says when you take damage. I don't know how that's programmed with balance. Not sure.
I guess balance is...
I mean, you could balance and get hit, right?
That sounds a little scary. But yeah.
Well, not in the ball group. I don't know about that. If you have full-on heals, I think you'll be fine.
This will be very banned in dueling tournaments.
This? You think so?
Yeah. No! Imagine that in a dueling tournament, dude. Anytime someone's under pressure, they instantly just get to kite away, dude. For 10 seconds. That's like...
I think that'd be a fun duel.
2 people meet in Cyrodiil with this set on. Like, it's just an it's even more infinite of a fight than it used to be before.
That's funny. I mean, there's also proc sets now though too, so
Yeah.
you just burst someone down, I guess, or try to when they're below.
Yeah, but
50%.
I mean, two good players aren't bursting each other down, really, right? Like
well, yeah. Lorgarlock the Destroyer, max health. I think this is the most useless one. While in combat, each second you stand still, grants you a stack of Flesh Fortress up to 10 stacks. Each stack increases your armor by 380 and crit resistance by 338. Each second you move removes a stack of Flesh Fortress. Exiting combat removes all stacks of Flesh Fortress. Using charge and teleport abilities do not remove stacks of Flesh Fortress. Useless.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, unless you want to stand still.
3,800 armor is really not that. It's not that much, and that's after standing still for 10 seconds. You get 3,800 armor. Like.
Yeah, 10 seconds.
And then it automatically removes them all. Oh no! Each second it removes a 1. Yeah, I just don't think it's enough armor. Like they have to like. Multiply by like 1.5 or 2 to maybe see it in PvE, like in tough fights, you know. But... Oh, and it's only, yeah.
And the crit, I mean, the crit resistance isn't too bad, but it's just standing still for 10 seconds to get it. But also like just standing still in general.
Right, in PvP, I think it has like little to no applications at all. Because how are you able to just stand? Like it's not enough to stand still. You only get 1 stack a second. Like standing still for 10 seconds is death. Overall, these IC monster sets, you know, I was hesitant about them at first, but I'm happy for them to add anything that you don't have to pay extra to try to revive IC bit by bit, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because people are gonna come in to try to get this set, you know. It's gonna constantly increase the population. I respect them putting this in, the pieces of the Mythic, like over time. Maybe IC will be populous again. Sag.
Sheesh. But yeah, two good sets. One, I don't know what the heck this set is. I mean, shit, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe like block crows with Goliath. But even on block crows, you need to move. Like, you can't just stand there forever.
Dude, you just pair that with the Snow Treaders, dude, and you just step one step, and then you sit still, dude.
Oh,
you just sit there and, yeah. That actually could be interesting. Like, you get into a, you wear that, you get into, like, a Zerg, and you have the Snow Treaders on, and then you just hit the Goliath for him and just start reverberating bashing, dude, without moving.
Lol. You know, I want to farm this. I want to try it. I'm just gonna try it and just like see what it's like. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. In update 30, you can now wear perfected and non-perfected sets in combination with each other. Finally, yeah.
Great change. You know, I think
really good change.
The only thing I think they could have given us, like, ramping, like, bonus, like, to where if you had one piece of perfected, it would be, what, 200 mag, 400?
Yeah, that was
600.
Cool.
Yeah, because it would give people, like...
Incentive.
Right, it would incentivize people and be like, oh, yeah, like for example, like when we went to farm an RO ice, if he had 3 pieces of perfected RO, like, and he got a non-perfected ice, it wouldn't be a huge deal because it would be minus 400 mag and not 1,000. Right. But it's good overall.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, finally, like, no less RNG, I suppose, when farming. I mean, if you need like RO immediately or something immediately, you can just do normal. Like, let's say you have 1 or 2 pieces, perfected pieces.
Well, I think the biggest thing for average players is the gold spent, and, you know, oftentimes, you know, people are trying to get that perfected false god set, and they're wearing normal false gods, and you don't have that much gold, so you keep it like blue or purple, and you don't trade change it. Now you can start trade changing one piece at a time, put it on, so like your damage is gonna go up. you know, even though you're not getting a 5-piece bonus yet. Because I think it's very hard to justify when Dregwax is 12k a unit to throw 8 Dregwax into a piece of not biz gear.
Yeah. What is this? Bankable outfit style pages. Finally. Oh my god. I think this is better than the this is better than the change above. With update 30, you can now deposit outfit style pages in your bank or in guild banks. Oh god, not guild banks. Handy for socking away those spare holiday styles. Oh my god. The amount of shit I got from any like holiday event with the outfit style pages, like holy shit.
Oh yeah, I mean,
oh my god.
I think it was so weird, like where you could sell style pages, mail people style pages,
right?
But you couldn't bake them. It
yeah.
makes. I'm so happy that's in the game because I was just having to destroy stuff because, like, I don't want it on my main tune. Like, I don't want my main tune to have 20 pieces of this, and I'd love for my alt tunes. Well, I guess you only have to learn it once, but like, I'd love to keep it to, like, for the price to go up, and then maybe sell in the future. But if it's sitting in my inventory, it's a bit annoying.
Master Rid Quest Assistance? What is this? Your Master Rid Quest will point you towards the correct set crafting station to use to complete that quest. When you have a Master Rid Quest active, the quest will guide you to a crafting station in the world that makes that requested item set. Okay, it will also place a quest pin. Okay, so it basically just helps them navigate the open world a bit more. But also, applies to... Oh, this is really good change. Applies to all set crafting stations placed in player houses, so you can see the arrows. You know, a lot of players, if you go into their houses and they have crafting stations organized, they do it like in their own layout, or they put like letters up, cobbled together above those crafting stations, like A, B, C, D, E. So I guess this pin will kind of negate that. You don't really
right, it'll make it faster even if they're alphabetically organized.
Right, exactly.
You just run exactly to where you need to go. There's no squinting at it like... Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, lots of good quality of life changes. New tutorial. I did an entire playthrough of the tutorial if you guys want to look at it on the YouTube channel. But it's pretty nice. I like it. Just a heads up, once you begin your adventure, you cannot return to that tutorial area. Although I feel like you should be able to, because it has all the other portals, but I guess it's whatever. New homes. 2 new homes. I also made a video on this. The Pilgrim's Rest is like... They make it sound so luxurious. You have you seen it, Kodiak?
The house, or?
Yeah, the Pilgrim's Rest. Okay, hold on. It says, this suite offers a welcome respite from the road's perils. It's the inn room. Alright? I was expecting, like, a little bit more of a grand... Like, look at the loading screen.
Yeah.
Right? Like, goddamn. And then when you get in there...
That's a suite, dude.
Oh, wait. No.
Press play, dude. Press play. I want to see you pan it around.
There's...
Okay.
Look at the window.
This sweet.
Look at the window.
Trying to, like... They're trying to persuade you it's good and then lock you in there, dude.
Oh, God. This suite offers a welcome respite from the perils of the road. Oh, shit.
I don't...
Dude, it's like, it gets smaller and smaller, dude. It's like a really small in room. What the heck?
This is...
It's like I'm in Japan or something, or Hong Kong, and those like hotel capsules and shit. You know what I mean? Like, goddamn.
Like,
it's like someone's...
and one bed.
This is like one of those this is like one of those Airbnbs that you find like browsing, and it's just someone's like fucking cobbled shack in their backyard. You know what I mean? Like, goddamn. Shit. But anyway,
this noble, exquisite property you'll find.
Oh no. That shit was hilarious. But anyway, you got like cool houses. Yeah, Water's Edge is actually cool.
Like it's like 3 houses with bridges in between the water. But I mean, it makes sense. The thing that costs $100 is cool. Or excuse me, it's only $60. Sorry.
Yeah.
Or,
I don't know. Shit.
it's cool. I like it, but too many doors to have to go through. I don't know.
Let's see. Quest zones, crafting economy. Oh, speaking of economy, don't buy Artaeum pickled fish bowls anymore. For those of you who bought them to like min-max your stats or your magic DPS, because they lowered it. I think it matches a blue buy stat food now, so you're back to blue buy stat food. Pretty sure.
4938.
Oh my goodness! Thanks for the host, Christopher. So hey Christopher, how you been, dude? Sorry I don't have alerts on. We're just doing patch note review. Natchboats, yep. I'm curious what Christopher thinks about the new Icy monster sets. We were talking about these for quite a while.
2 more Magicka? Yeah. It's still pissed, dude.
Artaeum is 2 more Magicka? 2 more Magicka? No way, let me look.
Yeah, it's 2.
No way, let me look. Yeah. Artaeum. Okay. 5414, 4938, 4938.
It's 4938.
And then buy stat food. If I have any.
Oh, excuse me, it's 2, yeah. 4936. Solitude, Salmon, Millet,
Yeah, it's okay. It's 2 more Max Magicka. What the heck? So I guess
dude,
it's still.
It's Fizz.
Oh, it's Fizz. It's Fizz slot. It's 2 more Magicka. Oh no.
I mean, it's not. All jokes aside, it's not worth that. Like 2 Magicka is not. That's like 0.4 DPS or 0.5 or something.
Oh, Millie Rabbit said Water's Edge is available for gold, not just for crowns.
Is it?
Yeah. Christopher Yeso says, I've been getting my thoughts on the patch. Oh, yeah, we're just kind of going over it. Overall, pretty good quality of life changes so far. We talked about the rewards for the trial. We talked about the PvP sets and a couple other sets. New monster sets look pretty decent. Okay. Thanks for the shoutouts for Christopher. Make sure you guys check him out. He's a wonderful PvP content creator. And he's also an ESU professor, so definitely check him out on YouTube, his website, everything.
I mean, seeing that people were using like Engine Guardian and stuff in Cyrodiil, you know, those new monster sets are just getting equipped.
But yeah, okay, we went over economy. Let's keep going. Quests and zones, blah blah blah. I mean, wait, what is this? Oh yeah, they're nerfing the dialogue finally. Holy shit! Can you believe it? Dragons in your own homeland. What are you gonna do? Well, we're gonna make the scene play less often. Is what we're gonna do. Finally, holy shit!
I mean, it was a little. I think they should have just removed it after they stopped having the dragons fly overhead. You know, in that event.
True.
Like it's. Have we seen any dragons in the homeland since then? You know, like.
Well, they're talking about elsewhere, right?
I thought they were talking. Are they? Okay.
Yeah, they're talking about elsewhere.
I thought they were talking about like because they were flying over Mournhold.
Well, they have different dialogue.
Definitely.
They have different dialogue for Mournhold, or for when the dragons fly overhead. Pretty sure. They like cower and shit and run away when the dragons land on the building. It's a flyover dialogue? I don't think it's a flyover dialogue. What the heck? I don't know.
I thought it was.
I don't think it was. I don't think it is. I think it's in reference to Northern Elsewhere. Well, whatever. They nerfed that. Let's see. Issues fixed. Kinds ages. All right. This is. I'm fucking skeptical about this shit. All right. Like, no offense to any devs in chat or whatever, but I'm just saying when the patch notes say that we fixed it, sometimes it's not fixed. And it's this annoying ass bug in Kind's Aegis, even in Sunspire, where you taunt or you ulti trash, and they cleanse it. So even if your tank taunts an ad, they cleanse the taunt and go after somebody else. It's like really annoying. So you have to like, I don't know, like double taunt or light attack taunt. Even then, light attack taunting doesn't work.
You have to be like super in combat already.
Yeah.
Because it just cleanses everything.
Yeah. I've seen them cleanse Destra ults sometimes.
Yeah. It like, removes all. Fuck? Like, isn't it called, like, remove all or something?
Yeah, I don't know. Something logs? Weird in ESO logs. But, yeah, I'll believe when I see it. I'll do Kind Aegis this patch.
Yeah, you could look at the logs and see if it's still there.
Yeah, true. Alright, Antiquities, General UI, Crafting Economy, blah blah, Scarlet Judge, Crafting Economy, Achievements. Fix the whole mess of padding, floating, and generally derpy NPCs and monsters, okay?
Was that an achievement bug fix?
Which one?
Over? In the achievement section.
Achievement section.
You passed it. It's lower.
Oh, lower? Oh, yeah. This one? Updated the Champion of Vivek achievement to award 50 achievement points. Shit.
Okay.
What was it before?
Because I noticed, like, my achievement points went up.
Welcome back, King. What's up, Sash?
Not a lot. 10,
okay.
Something? I don't know.
Well, I guess achievement hunters are happy. Let's see.
I guess.
Oh, they updated the Good of the Many to award it 50 achievement points too. That's for
I gained like 200 achievement points just by logging in, pretty much, and no achievements. So.
Backpacks, dressers, wardrobes, nightstands, trunks, desks, cabinets, and trucks and cupboards in religious locations within Thieves Guild areas will now also drop religious items. Okay. Martial sacrifices. Okay. Alright, here it is. Finally, the juiciest part of the patch notes. Combat and gameplay. Reduce player group size limitations from a global maximum of 24 to 12 in all activities, rather than only in Cyrodiil, and trials to aid in performance. So...
Why did they say... Well, I guess
like, you can't do 20...
trials have always 12.
Right. But, like, you can't do 24-man... parties and overland content. You can't do 24-man dolmen trains, I guess. I mean, you'll still have 12-man dolmen trains, I guess, but like, you know, like
it's annoying.
I don't think it's a big deal. You think it's annoying? What do you
You'll lose XP. You'll lose XP. 24 people, like, because you have to tag things to get the XP for it, right? Someone in your group does. If there's 55 people at a given dolmen, the likelihood of 1 in 24 tagging every single mob is very high. But like once you go down to 12, you know, it gets lower for sure. Because sometimes
I didn't consider
mobs like die so fast they don't even render in. Like the ground dots take care of it. So you'll lose XP and I don't know. It'll be harder. Like there'll be more chatter in the zone chats for those groups because there'll be more auto invites up because you know, everybody has to be in a group, so.
Okay, well, let's see why they changed the developer comment. We've been continually looking at ways to improve performance and stability across the game, and we found reducing the group size was an effective way to ensure there would be fewer situations where you hit critical memory. Additionally, there's a fair amount of data that has to be exchanged on the back end, meaning like under the hood, for every person in your group. By limiting the group size to 12, we're introducing additional performance gains. And I guess that in part explains why they stuck with the 12-man limitation in Cyrodiil, for sure.
I mean, isn't that because, like, you render in abilities cast by members in your group?
Like healing telegraphs and shit, yeah. I mean, and I don't even know how the code or all that works. I'm not gonna pretend. Like, they mentioned the back end, so that's, like, more shit I don't, like, no one else besides the devs know about, so I'm not gonna assume anything. As a trading guild, this sucks because we constantly have more than 12 people for overland content.
Well, you'll just have to have a group A and B.
Yeah, you're just gonna. It's gonna be a little pain in the ass, but you know, it's gonna be more logistics. I think that's in a way for a guild. That's a kind of a good thing, you know. Like, I used to manage trade and social guilds, and it's at a certain point you can't really handle everything yourself as a GM, so you eventually need, to a degree, officers or people willing to help you out. So I guess in a way this is kind of a good thing, so you can see who wants to help out.
Encourage mingling, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not, and if you're 1 out of 24, you're a number. If you're 1 out of 12, personalities come out a little more.
Yeah, true. Maybe more friends. Alright, fix an issue where a target could occasionally appear to have died twice in combat logs. Oh, yeah, okay.
I've seen that.
You've seen that? Shit. Fix an issue where some abilities that turn into new abilities in conditional situations cannot be used after activating, such as Brutal Pounce or... Yeah, okay, that's great. Fix an issue where your Atronak and Serpent Mundus items did not apply to your out-of-combat recovery as well, finally. Fix an issue where status effects that dealt instantaneous damage would remove the caster from stealth, as well as failing to trigger events such as being under the effect of a status effect. Fix an issue... I mean, these are all just issue fixes. The following abilities will now deal purely bleed damage rather than physical damage, or a mix of physical and bleed damage. Okay. Cool. Bloodthirst will apply bleed damage. Carve will apply bleed damage. Cutting Dive will apply bleed damage. Trap Beast, Twin Slashes applies bleed damage. What do you think about that? I mean, that's pretty significant.
Is there a race that takes increased damage from bleed?
Is there a race? No.
Okay.
Bleed goes through resistances, right?
Right.
Or doesn't anymore.
Does it?
I think they changed the law, but never
so.
mind. I think 2016 it went through resistances, but then they changed it in like 2018 or something. I forgot.
I don't know if you'll actually see a change in damage. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think it'll be huge.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not exactly sure. Like, if there's a difference in how the game like responds to physical or bleed.
Yeah, we'll see, I guess. Bash's damage is now considered a weapon ability since it has a cost. Oh.
So I'm curious.
Does that mean it scales off of weapon damage? Oh.
So is a punching light attack a weapon ability?
No, because it doesn't have a cost.
Okay, so but bashing with your fists is considered a weapon ability?
Yes.
So your fists are conditionally weapons.
Yes.
When you bash, but not when you punch.
Yes.
Interesting.
That's funny.
Okay.
But it scales off of weapon damage now, right? Or has it always scaled off of weapon? Oh, I don't know. I never looked into Bash too in depth in terms of damage. No, I always consider it a mechanic.
It was scaling off weapon damage, and then it was scaling off of both. Either mag or stam, and that's when Bash Weaving meta came in, and then they nerfed it to all fuck. So I don't know.
Yeah, they nerfed it.
I don't know how this will
after Maarselok. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this is a positive change, right? Because there's only like positive passives related to weapon abilities, right? So like it might decrease the cost some places, increase the damage some places.
On the other hand, pummeling Goliath's bash is now considered a player class ability. So
that's good, I think.
I mean, what's the difference?
Well,
between the player class, like how in terms of how they scale, like weapon ability.
Well, I have no fucking idea, but I'm assuming there's a difference, dude.
Feels like, do I want to wear the knee-high socks or do I want to wear the ankle-high socks? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on?
Well, I think it's good, is because, I mean, in real, like, you have to cast an ultimate, and it's like basically an ability built into the ultimate. It's not just a weapon ability. Like, it doesn't make, I don't know.
Is this just like a labeling thing? I don't know. Or does it actually
I'm sure
affect...
it's more than a label. Like, I'm sure there's passives that will affect either or, you know? Like, I know there's passives that affect different aspects of weapon abilities, things like that.
Okay, remove the visual and sound effects from each of the following ground effects ticks to reduce battlefield clutter and noise. Graveyard and Morphs, Lightning Splash and Morphs, Nova and Morphs.
Ooh, that's actually interesting with the Nova.
What do you think that? In like PvP or PvE?
Oh wait, the ground. I mean, PvP, because a big tell of the Nova was the sound for me. When a Nova comes down to the ground, like...
Well, it's ticks. It's ticks, not like the initial appearance of the ult. I think if it was like the initial appearance...
that would be... Yeah,
that would be crazy.
I misunderstood. I was like, dang, dude, stealth Novas.
Yeah, Silent Nova, let's go. Alright, let's see. The following abilities have received significant adjustments to how the server handles their behavior, reducing messages sent between the client and the server and reducing the total amount of AoE events occurring. This largely will have no effect on their gameplay other than improving the response time to entering and leaving the AoE. Okay. In some rare cases, it will reduce interaction with sets that proc off of application of buffs or debuffs, since you will no longer repeatedly apply these effects to targets inside the area every tick, but rather for the duration the target is inside the area. Their synergies have also been updated to be more reliable, okay, allowing you to activate them in cases where they could fail already used. So Blood Altar and Morphs. Blood Feast will now always take priority as it is stronger than Blood Funnel, although I just don't see why you would not use Green Altar at this point, considering it's like instant cast now. Bone Totem and Morphs, Boneyard and Morphs. They basically made all the morphs, or sorry, all the scale synergies like more reliable to use. In a sense.
So they should give us like a synergy choice thing in the base game. Like of what's available to you. I don't know. That's a big thing, like difference between console and PC. Well, I mean, it's not big, but it's a difference, right? Being able to turn off healing orbs, stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
it's a difference in damage.
Yeah.
Like making sure the astronaut goes to the right place, because I'm sure people on console have to just spam their synergy key or synergy button.
The Battle Spirit passive now also reduces your health recovery by 50%, and this is in part why they upped the health recovery on the Gaze of Sithis Mythic. So this is going to be really interesting because a lot of builds out there in PvP do take advantage of health recovery. I mean, werewolves, necromancers, I mean even Stamdens. So let's see why they did this, why they have health recovery. Health recovery is quite powerful in PvP environments as it bypasses the typical penalty of Battle Spirit with healing, yes. Enabling those with high amounts of it to easily recuperate tremendous amounts of damage passively rather than nerfing health recovery as a whole and making it weaker in PvE where it already struggles due to the need of more reactive healing in those encounters. We've decided to utilize this to ensure it only sees a loss of power when it needs it. So this, I don't know, like a lot of people always say separate PvP and PvE for balancing, but I don't think that's 7 years after that, after ESOs come out. It's either impossible or they just can't do it. So I think Battle Spirit's just gonna see a lot more use, you know? Like, in terms of balancing between PvP and PvE. Because when you nerf something in PvP, or buff something in PvE, you just have that effect somehow inadvertently the other. So, I like the use of the Battle Spirit even more.
Sorry to interrupt, but...
Yeah, what's up?
Have you seen Balfoyan yet?
Have I seen Balfoyan yet? No.
So one of the leads is from killing overland mobs in Balfoyan.
Uh-huh.
And there's probably like 100 people here in like this tiny field.
What?
Trying to kill... You want me to stream it? Or...
No. I'll come to you. People can see the game on the upper right.
Yeah, you can. I'll invite you to my group. I forgot you're online.
I pointed to
like...
you.
Okay.
Alright, let me show chat too what Balfoyan looks like.
This is extremely like there's just like 4 people per every spawn location of one ad putting dots down on the ground.
Wait, you get my invite?
No, I have meme in my group.
Invite me again.
So I invited you.
Where are you guys? Oh, you're out there. Okay.
It's you have to potentially kill these Covenant warriors that are in this field.
Oh my god.
Like
I've never seen this many people already in Balfoyan. What the what the heck?
Like every single spawn location of any amount of like these guys have like 30k health and there's just like 6 endgame raiders like at each location with their groups down. Oh no. This is a mess. I was like just casually getting leads while we were looking over the notes, like at things that aren't very involved, and I'm like, oh, I'll just go kill some ads here. And this is, I'm not able to do this while we go over notes. It takes too much focus.
Sheesh. That's a lot of people farming the leads.
And this is just one instance. I'm sure there's like multiple instances opened.
More instances, please. Sheesh. Everything's Zed. I haven't seen an NPC yet.
Yeah, I've hit like 3 of them.
3. Is there another area?
I think these like fields are
by the landing site. There should be more by the landing site over here. No, I'll go check it out. But that's crazy. I've never seen so many people in Balfour yet in my life. Oh, there's more over here. Okay.
Are there less people over there?
No. I'm just. Hold on, let me. Oh, kill the netch! Kill the netch! There's a netch!
Well, I don't know if the netch.
There's a netch!
I'm gonna say that the netches probably don't count. I did get a netch monster trophy though.
Okay, there's people by the landing site. But not as many in the fields. For sure, but there aren't probably as many NPCs as out in the fields.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go back to
yeah.
let's go back to the patch notes, snatch codes. Oh wait, wrong one. Okay. All right, ready?
Yes.
Okay, so the dot effects listed below will now contiguously, update their damage based on your stats each tick, rather than following the standard of snapshotting their stats on application. This should fix a few issues where they're not inheriting traits such as Bloodthirsty or changes in stats like Flawless Dawnbreaker. Cutting Dive and Reliquin. So that's a good buff for Reliquin and Cutting Dive. Oh, this is a good one too. Non-combat pets owned by other players will now be temporarily hidden when engaged with a Dark Anchor, Abyssal Geyser, Hero Storm, and when fighting dragons or group bosses. Huh. That's really group bosses? Like, is that for world bosses or delves or dungeons or trials?
I would guess that would be world bosses. That's my inclination.
Have you seen people's pets on PTS? I don't remember.
I was seeing memes pets in trial for sure.
Like in the lobby or during a raid?
In the raid, I was definitely seeing my own and memes.
Sag! Why can't they do this for trials? It's so annoying. But anyway, where is it? Fix an issue where some procs are require you to kill an enemy within a time period of damage you could fail to activate in some situations. How is Reliquin a nerf from previous patch? What? I mean, I see it as a buff. I don't see it as a nerf. Buffs and debuffs. Minor lifesteal and magical steal. Both of these effects have received significant back-end adjustments to how they operate, fixing many cases where the caster the effect would change context. They are now considered to be sourced from the caster the effect rather than targeted effect. Okay. That's cool. I hate that they changed Major Gallop for the toy mounts.
Yeah.
It's like...
I mean, there's no point to, like... I think it was fine. I don't...
Yeah, it's like...
Like, it's a fantasy game. Like... If anything, it could be imbued with magic, you know? And...
I want to write down. I want to write around my toy mount, dude. What's wrong with my toy mount? Okay, now we got class passes and skills. Dragon Blood. I think there's a bug right now on live where Dragon Knight abilities, you need to cast them. Dragon Knight melee abilities need to be cast at 4 meters, not 8 meters, I think. And that was reported in PTS, so that's still bugged. Just a heads up. Draconic Power, Dragon Blood, Coagulating Blood. Fix an issue where this appeared to rank up in the 1 second duration per rank, okay. They reduced the cost of Coagulating Blood down from 4,320. to 3,780. So Mag DK PvP or Rejoice, or PvE Mag DKs, I guess that's okay too. Although I rarely use Coagulating Blood. Alright. Molten Weapon, Molten Armaments. Fixed ensure this ability could fail to apply some of its buffs to group members. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, I got to fix something. Alright, there we go. Okay, Necromancer, Boneyard, this ability and morphs now last 10 seconds in total instead of 10.5 seconds. Okay, cool. The synergy from these abilities now heal the synergy activator rather than the caster's synergy source. This is sort of a nerf. Not a nerf, but, well, yeah, it's sort of a nerf to Necromancer tanks, slightly. Because when you casted, Boneyard on group to give synergy to the group, if someone synergizes, and someone will always synergize it in a group, you would get the heal. But now it heals the synergy activator. I guess it's like a double-edged sword. Like, you don't get the heal as a tank, but you give healing to the person casting the synergy or using the synergy. So it's like, but for the people who play a little bit more selfishly as a tank, I think it's a sort of a slight nerf to Necromancer tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Death Knell, Necro DPS did get nerfed. I feel like this passive change reduced the amount of critical chance granted from this passive to 4% per Gravelord ability slotted, down from 5 or 10% per Gravelord ability slotted. That's a pretty big nerf, but at the same time, it's basically like determined that macro DPS aren't really always, like, nearly always number one, in addition to being great buff DPS too.
Yeah,
so,
I don't want to say stuff that's like controversial, you know, because I don't want to like step on someone's favorite class or whatever. But I think something that's required, like, I'm strongly in the belief that if something's required based on a specific ability they have to be in raid, Za should try to stay away from having them be the top DPS, because it just like it makes group comps just boring.
Right.
Like, how 8 stam crows was the best thing to have. Like, who enjoys that, you know? Yeah, I think it's a good change. Like, as much as I'm sure people who main Necro hate it, like,
yeah, I
think Necros were a little bit, like, having Colossus, I think they were just a little bit too strong.
Well, but then they also nerf Colossus, but they still maintain damage.
Well, right, like, you need the Necros to have Colossi in group, because it's still good enough. You think it's a good spot for them to be, like, just barely behind the top damage, and then they bring group utility.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Like, they don't need to make them, like, as weak as they used to be, right? Like, Mad Crows used to be really bad, but you would bring them because they gave 30% more damage.
Right.
I think it's in a good spot now, this change.
Yeah. I mean, not that you can still parse with them, too.
Oh, yeah. Undoubtedly so. It's not like a condemning change. It's a slight nerf.
Here, Blazing, that's how you companions. Or check out the written form as well here. Alright, what was I gonna do? Oh, yeah. So, Bone Tyrant, Bone Totem. Pure Agony synergy now has a 6% target cap rather than hitting unlimited targets. Sheesh. That's a nerf, for sure. Especially for PvP. And PvE to a degree. Not that you could get more than 10 in like that radius, but whatever. But yeah, that's a slight nerf. For harpooners waiting kilt leads, check out Outcast's site, eso-help.com. He's updating it right now. There's 4 leads found The 5th lead in Blackwood, the Thai glass beads, no one knows yet, so don't ask me about that.
People, I mean, I'm in a group with people from Calamity right now. I don't know if Rizzone's trolling, but he said BRP, and other people were saying BRP. I'm not gonna...
Blackwood's prison in Blackwood?
Yeah,
What?
I'm not gonna... I mean, it kind of makes sense. There was another lead in Merkmeyer. Like,
I guess, but I don't think it's Blackwood. I mean, you can try it. Try it, I guess. I don't think it's VRP. Because it says Blackwood.
I mean, that's just a default, dude. That's what they're defaulting to when they don't know. Silverweed Cord earlier was Blackwood because they didn't know where it was.
Oh, okay. Okay. Can try it. Maybe it's one of those sitting on the table, like the Pale Order one. Oh god, I hope not.
I mean, that would be nice if it was just sitting on a table in BRP and you didn't have to farm the ads for hours.
No, not like in BRP, but like in Overland.
Yeah.
I remember for Ring of the Pale Order, people were like sitting around or standing at the table. Remember the fucking Blackreach? Right. That was interesting. And not fun, I think, for a lot of people. Nightblade, Shadow Cloak, reduce the healing from this morph by approximately 5% on Dark Cloak. It's a slight nerf to, I guess, both Standblade and Magblade PvP specs, and also Nightblade tanks in PvE. But I don't think it's like too huge, really, to declare that the class is dead or whatever. Summon Shade. The Shade from this ability will not spawn directly at a location, then when activated and teleporting to it will put you directly at its location as well. These changes should add more precision to utilizing this ability. Okay, that's great. While also fixing issues where it could occasionally get you in areas you did not belong. That's you remember that bug where you could like shade through like trial doors and in particular the Cloud Restore? Kodiak? Yeah. Like, that's what they're referring to. This is like, I guess, like the final fix for that. What did they do with the Cloud Restore? I forget. Like, they did something to prevent you from, with Shade. They did something with it. I think they like added another like porculus. I don't know, or something.
Yeah, I mean, didn't they just like add invisible walls or something?
Yeah, something. But anyway, your shadow seems to be a pretty complicated person. Perhaps some reflection would do you well. Sheesh. The shade and the shade. Alright, Sorcerer. Shade.
That's funny.
Sorcerer, Dark Magic, Negate Magic. Negate now ticks every 1 second instead of 500 milliseconds. Ooh, sheesh. Okay.
Yeah, but they changed. You'll see.
Yeah. They increased the ticks too. Increased the potency of their ticks by 103.3% to ensure their DPS and HPS remains almost the same. Because they have to they basically doubled it to make up for the fact that it's like only ticking every second now. Yeah, it's the same.
It's fine, but it's also like worse in like a PvP application, right? Because like 500 milliseconds, like you could get like a solid 3 or 4 ticks off on a group that you're negating, and it does relatively decent damage. So
yeah. What is this? Scrolling combat text now properly displays successful silences of these abilities. Okay.
Oh god, scrolling combat text.
No. Well, the numbers that show up and shit, right? Like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Do you use scrolling combat text or no?
I use the just the damage, the base game damage numbers above stuff, because it's not super flashy or anything. But I just like to make sure I'm doing damage to stuff. Like,
right.
It's a nice kind of wake-up call, like in Asylum, if I'm just zoning out. And all of a sudden my damage numbers are gone. Oh, there's a Protector.
Bolt Escape. Okay. Ball of Lightning. This ability's projectile absorption now operates more closely to Spell Wall or other abilities that deal with absorbing deflecting range attacks. This should fix a few issues where it could absorb attacks where it shouldn't have been able to. So
Spell Wall. What is Spell Wall again?
That's the Sword and Board ultimate, where it reflects back projectiles.
Right. Yeah.
So, I guess, I mean, there's some weird things that were absorbed by Ball of Lightning. I forget which ones. Like, I think... Was it, like, Crushing Shock could be absorbed at a certain point? So, I don't know. But that Crushing Shock isn't really a projectile anymore. Or considered one.
Right.
That was like 2015 or some shit. Mage's Fury fixed an issue where the key components of this ability and S'mores were missing rank up progression. Each version of the ability will now gain a total of 3.3% damage for the execute single target in the area of effect component. So, a slight buff to Mage's Fury for Sorks.
Yeah, I mean, it's a slight buff. That's fine.
I mean, 3.3% per rank? That's like...
Oh, is it?
Wait, is it total? No, it says each version of the... Oh, never mind, each morph. Why did
You're right, each morph.
Never mind. I read that as rank, sorry. Each morph. My
each rank would be a huge...
Yeah, each rank would be like...
buff.
I read that as each
like
rank.
Plus 12%. That would be...
no. Yeah.
Plus 12% to your execute, which is already like...
Sheesh.
6 or... Like, it would be like a percent of overall, which is pretty significant.
Yeah. Alright. Templar, Adric Spear Shards. Luminous Shards. This is a buff. They buffed Templar a lot this patch. I guess, like, I can understand why, but let's read them. Luminous Shards. This morph synergy now restores full resources with a magic and stamina granted, rather than half of the off-stack granted. That's so nice. Honestly. Like, finally, there's a reason to pick this. Even as a healer, you didn't really do Luminous, right? You just did Blazing. So, how hard was Necro nerfed? Not really. Not
like one.
Yeah. Go on.
1 to 2% overall, maybe.
Yeah, not much. Let's see. Dawn's Wrath Eclipse. This morph now scales off your max health or spell damage, whichever results in a higher value, rather than a mix of spell damage and max magic go.
I like that because it enables tanks and stuff to do like it's actually gonna be something that's decent to slot for a tank. Like you might, or I guess you're not a Templar anymore.
Well, yeah, I tried Templar thing on PTS and Raid in the new trial. It was actually pretty solid. Templar tanks currently have a very few tools they can use as tanks. So we've opted to utilize a unique scaling method here to ensure the ability can be utilized by both defensive and offensive builds. That's cool.
There you go.
Yep. The synergy from this ultimate and the Solar Disturbance morph Supernova now stuns enemies for 3 seconds, up from 2.5 seconds. Whatever. Remove the target cap for the damage, major maim, and synergy damage plus stun on all versions of these ultimates.
Very good. Very strong.
Fixed an issue where major maim from these ultimates was applying twice. Okay. Oh, shit. Man. Let's see. Increase the damage of Solar Prison by approximately 14%. Reduce the base cost of the Solar Disturbance morph down from 250 to 225. The ultimate now ranks up in duration of the Major Maim applied to enemies rather than damage done. Major Maim lasts 7 seconds at base and up to 10 seconds at max, rather than 4 seconds at all ranks. So it's a really, really powerful mitigation alt now. Even more so than before for a lot of things, I feel like, in trials, dungeons, PvP.
PvP, like,
kind of.
I think the prioritization of ball groups throwing down a Nova is a lot higher now. Like, the synergy's doing more, there's no cap on anything, like...
And it costs less, so it's like
I guess Harmony is pretty nerfed nowadays, right? But... like, Harmony is pretty bad overall.
Yeah, they nerfed it pretty heavily. Post 2019? 2020?
It was last year.
2019, 2020, yeah, somewhere around there. Warden, Winter's Embrace.
What did we zoom past?
We didn't zoom past. Oh, yeah, we did zoom past. Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
You're like fucking flying.
Yeah, whatever. Cleansing Ritual. The synergy from this ability and S'mores no longer requires you to have a negative effect on you to activate. What do you feel about this? I mean, it's like you gotta like pay attention, right? You gotta pay attention.
It's good and it's bad because now, like for example, when you're in static phase of luck, you can just punch it for the heal. Like as long as you're missing health, you can punch it.
Yeah.
Like, and it'll heal you. But you know, that's a positive in some places. It's really nice when we're running up that staircase on Zalvaka for me to be able to punch Purify because it heals. But when you're in Vhoff or somewhere else and you actually need to be cleansed,
yeah,
like it's really bad because plenty of people spam their synergy button. You know, it's really hard to put a lot of thought into it, and if you wait on synergies and it's higher up on the priority chain than a damage one, you're losing damage. So it's situationally good, situationally bad. Overall, I think it was a change we could have done without, but it's whatever.
I feel like it would have been a good change for tanks if Alkosh was still relevant.
Yeah, it's great for it's amazing. It's such a
for boss fights anyway.
Yeah, it's such a consistent synergy.
Alright, Rune Focus. Increase the base duration of this ability to 17 seconds up from 14 seconds. This ability and morphs no longer grant you an additional 2974 armor when standing them, but instead heals you for 4.5% of your max health every 1 second when inside.
Well, you know what you think about this.
Yeah, it's a strong fucking buff for Templar tanking and PvE. I mean, even for PvP, for any spec, it's so I don't know, it's really strong. 4.5% of your max health every 1 second. I mean, I've gotten the tooltip up to like 3+K. Yeah. That's just, it's so free.
I mean, just thinking about it in Cyrodiil, if you've got 30k health, you know, 4% of that.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a couple K, you know, it's significant. I think it's better than the armor. Like, let's say you put that on a flag when you're fighting on a flag, you know? Who knows, if you step into it, do you automatically get the tick if it's been over a second? You know, it's like if you do, it's
yeah. But also take note that that's just a base skill, right?
Right.
Because restoring focus actually increases your healing done with it, I think, by 1.1% per rank. So that's like 4.1% or 4.4%. So there you go. I mean, that's more healing for Stamplars and shit in PvE and PvP. Tanks, especially. I mean, that's more healing too. They even reduced the base cost, but not by much, by like 2 stam. To ensure it meets the 15% standard cost reduction in stamina-based abilities. That 2 stamina may save your life one day. Just maybe. Holy shit, they actually put that in the Oh
Gina's
no.
got a sense of humor. I
yeah,
like it.
yeah. Well, I don't think that's Gina.
You don't?
No, I don't think that's Gina. I think that's a dev.
Okay.
This morph now increases. Yeah, we kind of went over that. They also increase. Well, again, it's like not very much. 240 to 242 Magicka for the channel focus morph. What's my opinion on Leon as an AFK zone Bisser? AFK, I don't know. I thought Blackwood would bring Alkosh back. Macom still don't need it. You need it for trash, not for boss fights. Why do some ground abilities and orbs initiate combat with innocence now? No clue. Alright, let's go. Warden passive and abilities, I think, or just ability. Arctic Wind. Reduce the base heal of this ability and its morphs by 20%, and the heal over time from this ability and its morphs by approximately 17%.
Big nerf.
Thank goodness. Oh my god. Thank freaking goodness. Oh my lord. I mean, yeah, it's sad for PvE, Warden tanks, or healers, whatever, but fuck me, dude. Fuck Stamdens and PvP. Fuck Magnum.
Dude, Wardens are shaking in their boots. You're gonna do that to them?
What do you mean? I agree with this. You know, I want tank and PvP. I'm just saying, I'm like, good riddance. Like, come on, man. I mean,
that's so mean.
This should reduce it a bit more.
Wow, they should just make this skill unusable.
I'm just fucking around. But honestly, it was like, it's like the werewolf heal, dude. Like, it's just ridiculous in PvP. It's like,
yeah, I know. I see the people swirling around.
Max health based heals are insane. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just, finally. So, Cav Fiend says they should have reduced it to 2%. I don't know about that one. 2%. Oh, but yeah, whatever. I think that's good overall. I think PV still be fine. I mean, shit. Let's see. Weapon, bow, rapid fire. I healed someone out of Locusty's tombs as Warden Tank with only that skill once. It was too good. Yeah, it's just too... It was... last patch was... pre-Blackwood was just way too good for PvP.
Right, because people's health is so high now, right?
Right.
Overall.
I mean even before Flames of Vision, it's like... It was strong. It was, like, really strong.
Are people at, like, 35k in Cyrodiil now? Like, because of the passive health increases, or?
Depending... Well, no, because the... Battle Spirit doesn't increase your health anymore, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. Like, typical spec still sits around 30k, I believe. At least that's where my Stainblade Stormcrow is at. If you put all attributes into stamina. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. Too strong. It's so good that I'd rather fight werewolves than stamina or Stormcrows. Like, any day, dude. Anyway, bow, rapid fire. Fixed an issue where the damage over time from the Toxic Barrage morph failed to apply to targets that block the attack. Okay. Destruction Staff. Fixed an issue where this ability and morphs were not considered weapon abilities in some cases. Okay. So just fix some labeling issues. Dual wield. You know, they did throw some bones to stamp specs this patch. For example, Blade Cloak, they increased the damage done by Blade Cloak and its morphs by approximately 25%. The Deadly Cloak morph now deals double damage instead of doubling the tick rate. This will result in a 9% damage increase, approximately, but will require you to stick to your target more and has less of a chance to proc other effects. Lacerate, fixed an issue where this ability's morphs were not considered weapon abilities in cases. Flurry, fixed an issue where the heal from this morph was not considered a dual wield ability or weapon ability. Twin Blade and Blunt, this passive now increases your crit damage done with 3 axes by 3 or 6% per axe, rather than critical percent by 2 or 4%.
They still didn't fix the wording on that.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
There should be, what is it now? They upped the crit damage, right?
Right, it's 3-6% crit damage from 2-4% crit damage.
Right, yeah.
They just, instead of percent, it should be damage on that last word.
Yeah. But even with the, you know, a lot of people said that, at least from on paper, for the 4% crit damage wasn't enough per axe. That it should be 6%, but I still hear that it's still bad. So, compared to double daggers, so it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I mean, I don't... Yeah. But I don't think it's worse than Mace's now, right? I think. I think it's like a little bit better now than Mace's. 6% crit damage per axe.
Well, it depends, right? If you need the pen?
Right.
It could be. Like,
it was
I don't
also
know. I just, like, in Mag, you don't need maces ever, right? So.
No, you shouldn't. Unless...
It's hard to...
Unless it's like a... Unless it's like a prog group with, like, literally no pressure, no... Pierce arm. I don't know why you would have used Pierce arm, but...
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever, dude, like...
I don't know what you'd be progging without that.
I don't know.
Oh, that's fine. It's fine.
It's like really, like... I don't know. Anyway, Twin Slashes fixed an issue where the heal from the Blood Crazed morph was not considered dual wield, okay. Shield Charge, okay. Fixed an issue. Fixed an issue for the Resto Staff ability, Blessing Protection, where the ability could force you to cast the ability directions that were not where your cursor was pointed. This has been an issue since, like, forever. They finally fixed it after, like, 6-7 years. Okay.
Better late than never.
Yeah, better late than never, for sure. Panacea fixed an issue. We're not labeled as healing abilities under initial cast. It's not considered Resto Staff ability for Ward Ally. Okay, so Brawler got a slight buff, 3.3% stronger shield overall.
That's fine.
Yeah, crit charge, and this is one of the surprising buffs that came after week 4 PTS, and they usually never do stuff like this after like week 4, week 5. But Stampede increased the damage done by the initial hit of this ability by 25%, and the damage of the damage over time effect by approximately 127%. Overall, this will result in approximately 86% more damage was done to help offset the changes to Merciless Charge, as well as to help two-handed stick out better as a viable backbar option. What do you think about this one?
Well, I think that gap closers overall just have been completely... I mean, not completely. Night Blades are using them, right? But other than that, no one's been using gap closers for years. The last time people used this ability was when the Maelstrom two-hand was broken.
Right.
So I think this ability needed a rework or a significant buff, because why even be in the game if no one's gonna ever touch it ever? Like, I have not seen someone serious critical charge in years. Like, only people doing that in Cyrodiil just, like, I feel like don't really know what's going on, you know? Like, aren't running a serious build. Sorry to anyone who runs it, but, like, I don't know. It's just true. Like, it was really bad.
Well, what about for PvE?
Which is disappointing. PvE, I have no idea. I'd have to test it. It would be fucking hilarious
I think
if that could be a spammable, dude.
I think Skinny tested and says it's like more than viable now.
Is it as a spammable? Or?
No, not as a spammable. It's just as a like a dot.
Okay.
Yeah, because it leaves a dot on the ground.
Hilarious. Yeah, that's hilarious.
They even say here viable backbar option.
Yeah, for PvP, I think.
Hey there, Nephis. What do you think about Sork Tank? Did CP 2.0 kill it? No. Didn't kill it. Heavy weapon passive now increases your crit damage done when accessed by 12% rather than 8% crit damage. Reverse Slash. Reverse Slice Morph. Fixed initially the AoE component of this ability was not considered to any ability or weapon ability.
So that's a
buff, yeah. Because of the passive.
Passives, exactly.
Yeah. Sheesh. Okay. They're buffing two-hander a bit. And hey, thanks for the raid, Lucy Loves Crab. How are you doing today? Welcome in.
That was a bug, but it's a buff.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it was never there in the first, it's a buff, technically.
So maybe we'll get to use Reverse Slice over Executioner, because Executioner was just so much more damage in single target, like, you couldn't touch Reverse Slice. But I like having Reverse Slice for trash.
Well, we used to use Reverse Slice for Navi, right?
Right.
Yeah.
To cleave, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, anytime the ads would get low in the intermediate phase, you'd Reverse Slice them and get, like, when you could crit and it would crit, like, add crit damage to the proc. It was just so much damage. It was really fun.
Let's see. They fixed the bug to rally. There was this bug where when the rally ticks ended or duration ended, or when you popped it off near the end of the duration, it didn't even heal you. I don't know if that's applied to with this fix the initial cast. But that's probably it though, because the initial cast is technically the end of the cast. I don't know. Thanks for getting back to me. Have a great rest of the stream.
Yeah, I mean, bug fixes are good.
Thanks for
numerous improvements to the stacking heal bonus.
To reduce the cases where the bonus to the heal would remain or be lost in case it shouldn't. Vampire fixed an issue where this passive did not work against undeath, did not work against many ground-based attacks such as volley. But you have to be stage ready. Guild Undaunted Necrotic Orbs. Okay, this one I also covered on my YouTube channel for the PTS changes. I actually compared the speed, and obviously, so on the video you'll see public test server 7.0.0 to pre-Blackwood. Definitely a little bit faster on Flames of Ambition live server compared to PTS or Blackwood Live now. This has a lot of implications for damage because they also, not only did they increase the damage ticks by approximately 16% per tick for Mystic Orbs, but they also nerfed it by having it tick every second rather than every half second. And a lot of people have asked me, well, do mag DPS not use orbs anymore? And I'm like, no, you still use orbs. So it's such a good skill still, even after a nerf, and that was a problem. That was why they nerfed it, and I agree with the nerf personally.
Right, it was the strongest skill in the game for PvE.
Exactly,
basically.
and I actually, it's pretty funny because I actually, you know Deltia came back to the game, right?
Yeah, I do. I watched his first stream back.
Yeah.
When he was testing out the PvE Cyrodiil conditions.
Yeah, he actually like made a video. Like he came back to the game, and one of the first videos he made was like, where is it? Dude? It's like
slower.
It's like he came back to the game. And he's like, why is everyone using this orb? And he's like, oh man, this is so OP.
I think it's even lower, dude.
Yeah,
there, the one ability. Oh no, that was.
Yeah, this one. The one ability you need to be using the Elder Scrolls Online, the orb.
Yeah.
I mean, even returning players knew how. Like,
I mean, I'm sure it looks so wonky to returning players. Like,
yeah, because you know, I think
they were so bad back in the day, dude.
Yeah, I mean, we used to play without orbs. Orbs is like a relatively new thing still. Scale breaker, right?
Right. Well, healing orbs were spammed like crazy.
Right, but the idea of a DPS slotting in orb for damage was so foreign, like
it was,
or non-existent.
It was just so awful, the damage of it. It's kind of interesting that they came a little bit full circle with speeding it down to. Is it the same speed it used to be?
No, it stayed. I don't know.
I think it might be exactly the same speed that it used to be, but like it used to tick every half second still, but do a lot less damage. Like I'm talking about the iteration where DDs were using it, but before the crazy buff. Like there was a buff, and then there was another buff.
Right.
I forget when that was. It was
pre-scale
post
breaker
elsewhere.
It was like,
was it
Dragonhold?
I think it might have been Scalebreaker itself. It's not that relevant, but it's just like they're kind of stepping back on what they did, but like not as much, right? Like the damage is still a lot higher than it was before that update, which it's in a good spot now, I think.
I guess the issue with Orb pre-Blackwood is like it's not only one of the best AoE and single target damage skills, but it's a synergy. It's also sustain wrapped in the synergy. Like
it's just the strongest skill in the game. Like, without
it's a good day. What's up, Ice Cream? It's a good day. Yeah. But you'll still use it. You'll still use Mystic Orb as a max DPS. Like that's how good it was. It is.
I mean, the synergy is unchanged, right?
Right.
With the sustain and the damage, and that's already a ton, and then the damage is still like it's only like about a 30% damage decrease, which still puts it at like ranking number 2 as like the best dot available to you. So.
All right, and then they even like kind of buffed it a little bit by fixing a bug. It's kind of messed up. Fixing bugs is a buff, but or it nerfs depending on the bug, like VAS Inferno. You know, I still have people asking me about VAS Inferno. Please, no, I saw him Inferno.
I want it back, dude.
You want it back? I mean, I guess it was like nice for DKs.
Well, it was nice. Like, it was nice. A fun option to have in general.
Yeah, but it was bugged. The burning was too much.
I'm just talking about when it was like just every other use instead of every third. That was fine, I think.
But yeah, they buffed it slightly by 8 meters because they fixed the issue where it was 7 meters in radius, not 8 meters.
The synergy. So it's
the
very
synergy.
Minor.
I mean, I don't know about that.
If you're punching the synergy, you're most likely standing in a spot where it'll hit the primary target anyways. So it'll only be like a increase in trash where it might clip one extra small ad. You know?
What if some parse monkey is like pointing it to like a totally different direction and it's like 1 meter off?
Well, the group members wouldn't be where he's pointing it at. And that wouldn't be a parse monkey. They'd be disqualified from that title. Parse monkeys are focused only on the boss and throwing everything towards it without considering. They're throwing their Storm Atronach synergy way inside of Naventos, dude. because they can't pan their camera.
Oh man. They buffed healing orbs though. They increased the healing per tick of this morph by approximately 38%. And
that's not a buff.
Yeah.
It still moves.
Well, I guess it's like
half as...
yeah, 1 every second, but I don't know. It's like less healing overall.
It'll remain in the group.
Yeah, but you know what? What I really don't like about the healing or the movement speed change for orb is I never get it anymore. I never get healing orbs anymore in like mobile fights. You know?
Right,
like,
because they're just in one spot.
Yeah, so it's like I'm just like, okay, fuck me. Sheesh.
But then again, like when the group's standing still, it's just gonna sit there ticking on everyone for longer.
Yeah.
So it might be more healing in that way, but
it'll
be less on like Yolnakreen, for example, when you're trying to like cross heal orbs, you know, and like both orbs could make it all the way across both groups to the main tank. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What is it? Increase the damage per tick of Caltrops and its morphs by approximately 36%. It will now deal damage equitable to a normal dot rather than being weaker than them. And a lot of people...
Stand back! PogChamp, Stamina's back! Caltrops back!
Yeah, a lot of people are like, yo, Stamina's back, Stamina DPS, yeah, let's go. Back DPS is dead. I'm just like, no, they were being serious too about it. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's a step in the right direction, but just playing back then and knowing how strong Caltrops actually were, like, this isn't a big enough buff to just magically bring stamina into Biz.
Yeah, I don't know.
They'd have to put Caltrops back to what they were, which is like the status of what Orb was before Blackwood.
Yeah.
It was like a 6k dot applied, yeah, it's like a 6k gigantic AoE dot. It's absolutely insane.
I just want whatever people are smoking, dude. Like, sometimes I just want to live in bliss.
Blissful ignorance.
Yeah, just, you know, whatever. Just be happy, you know. Alright, Warhorn, Sturdy Horn morph. This is the PvP morph. Well, I guess, like, yeah. Increase the critical resistance granted from the Sturdy Horn to 1320, up from 990 to match the adjustments to major force, increasing 20%. Fix an issue where the critical resistance granted could be stacked per cast. Okay, well, that's, yeah.
That's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. That it wasn't even an issue. Did anyone even use it in PvP?
No, I mean,
I don't know.
Major force is too good, I think.
Yeah, I think
maybe in a world, one person casts Sturdy Horn and another casts Aggressive, but
dude, yeah,
I doubt it. Like, I haven't heard of people using it.
No, I don't know of any ball group that used it. Really. Like, most ball groups just use ulti dumps with negates.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen or been in the ball group in PvP where they casted Sturdy Horn. I guess I could use this to, you know, carry Cav in PvP. So Alright, let's see. Champion point system. I think a lot of people like... You know, it's kind of weird. A lot of people are like... disdainful of the fact that you have to grind CP to min-max or whatever, but then once they tone down the amount of grinding you need to do, they were still mad, because I don't know.
Well, I mean, I get it. Like, I was irritated that they took away, like, kind of took away our XP, but I got over it. Like, I'm happy that they decreased the amount of CP, because I didn't grind to 2100. If I grinded to 2100 and then they announced this, I'd be like a little salty, you know?
Yeah,
because it's just time wasted, like, and gold wasted. Like, so much gold into the pots, you know? So much gold into the pots, and I didn't even do it that much. Like, I'm sure you spent tens of millions on the 150 pots.
No, not really. Maybe a few million. I mean, I'm not really mad about it, because I mean, they kept, like, it was all there. The clues were all there. The hints were all there. Right. Honestly, like, they were pretty clear about how they did not want vertical progression, and that's why
they just made a mistake, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I just said, you know, I just kept telling people, don't grind beyond the 1800 mark because that's where the XP curve ends. Like I'm only grinding because I want to grind.
Right.
And I actually did enjoy Blackwood's prison grinding, to be honest. That like Flames of Mission patch was like, I don't know. Like
yeah,
PvP was stale, PvE was stale. Just like grinding, you know. I'm just waiting for PTS. See ya.
I get that. You know, you and Ollie and J-Dub and Inklings, like you guys, I'm sure are fine because you didn't grind for the competitive edge. You grinded just to grind and get to the.
Well, I grinded for the competitive edge, but not like after 1800. It's like whatever. Who cares? Yeah. Alright, but anyway, they talk about there's still too much vertical progression in the champion point system. We have further reduced the maximum number of stages for passive stars available. This will lower the vertical progression cap to 1560, so about 1500 to 1600, rather than 2100 in the Warfare tree and 1626, rather than 2352 in the Fitness tree. Oh man.
It's a lot.
Yeah, that's great. Cool.
It's great. And I mean, people need to keep in mind who grinded that, you know, them going to this, like, I have a feeling that over time they'll keep increasing the cap.
Oh yeah, they will.
You know, like they'll keep, like, maybe putting in more passives or something, expanding the trees. So like, your time that you invested now, you can relax, and when the next patch comes and they raise it to, you need like 2,000. You know, you'll be chilling, or like 1,800. You know, like it was like being at the next cap in CP, like back when they were actually raising it before 810. It was like relieving, you know. Like, oh, I'm there already.
Yeah. But at the same time, I think one oversight was when they nerfed the power of the CP system. They also nerfed Stam in comparison to Mag because of penetration, right? So it's like, yeah. So that's like one big oversight. That
was a major oversight.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that one.
Like it wasn't it wasn't a fair, like, per spec a fair
like they could have toned down the CP for specific nodes rather than for every node. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they should have probably kept pen the same, because even for like their intention with these, you know, penetration changes with Pierce Armor, Minor Breach, Major Breach, whatever, is that newer players or progressing groups have an easier time reaching the pen cap to get more damage more easily. And I feel like the CP passive for penetration should just been part of that or left untouched.
Well, you know what it kind of goes back to? It like goes back to seeming like Zos has a preference leaning towards Magicka right now for whatever reason.
A lot of people think that. A lot of people think they hate stamina for PvE. But like they hate mag for PvP. Like they hate mag for PvP, but they like Stam for PvP, but they don't like mag for, or they don't like Stam for PvP. But a lot of people think that genuinely, which I don't think is true. I think it's just like,
I think it's
consequences.
I think it's an over, like I don't think they're putting as much consideration into Stam and trying to get Stam relevant like in PvE. So there's kind of things that are oversights. Like I'm sure they didn't realize that when they're nerfing the pen that it's gonna bring Stam farther down. Like I don't know.
No.
But then again, maybe they have plans in future patches to bring Stam back from another way, like their pen, like maybe introducing another monster set. So, you know, maybe they just want to keep it consistent. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. Stam is just weird right now in terms of raid comp too, or group comp itemization. I hate Stam for PvE because you need to be in melee range for light attacks. Just go Bobo, easy. There was that Gotzer
Bobo is great.
Yeah, with Zorax. He did Bobo for everything.
Yeah. They did it in like 25 minutes or something. So
that's decent.
Definitely in the top half of Godslayers that have ever been done.
Yeah.
In terms of speed, much more than top half actually, top third, and it was all Stam. So last patch.
Okay, so craft, angler's instincts. Okay, fix an issue, fix an issue. Steadfast enchantment. Okay, percent chance. I guess rip steadfast enchantment a little bit.
Well, I don't even. Is that a sword and board passive? Or... I don't even know what that is.
That's the green tree, where it like reduced the decay of your. Where is it? Where is it? Oh god, isn't that? Yeah. Reduce the decay of your weapon enchant. Yeah, that's a 50% chance.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. It's just a passive, like.
Yeah, and basically,
I think the green tea. Yeah.
Go on.
I think the green tree, like, it just has, like, if you want to do everything in the game, there's too many points that you need. Like, I don't know. I think they could have decreased, like, some of the nodes. Like, some of the nodes are 75, 120. Like, I think that's a little unreasonable. Why not just make them all 50? They're nodes.
Okay, so warfare added 6 new stars. Master at Arms is probably the biggest one, but there are more healing choices. Hope Infusion, From the Brink, and Living Overflow. Salve Renewal. Weapons Expert. Yeah. But Master at Arms is probably the biggest one for a lot of DPS specs now.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's replacing Dom or Deadly Aim based on like the spec.
Yeah. Oh, and they updated more labels like martial melee damage, magical melee damage, melee damage. And to explain this, it's like melee damage is any attack with a range less than or equal to 7 meters. So that can be either. But martial melee damage is like physical bleed, poison, or disease in melee range. Magical melee is magic, flame, frost, or shock damage in melee range. And they made it so Dragon's Defilement, Night Terror, and Deathwind now proc of taking any melee damage rather than only martial melee damage. So if there's an ad that has a magical melee damage ability and hits you with it, I guess like a Overfiend or like the other ones, like Soul Fiends or whatever they're called. Yeah, I think you can proc these sets.
That's good.
Let's see. Item sets that proc events that deal damage or heal now scale similarly to abilities based on specific stats, which will now be called out in tooltip. Damage focus based proc events will scale with the higher of your weapon or spell damage. You must have 6,574 weapon or spell damage to reach the original value of many sets. So for Stam, this is a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's more. This is what I'm talking about. Like for PvP, Mag is like kind of a bit less in terms of spell damage when compared to their stamina counterparts. So Stam will have a little bit of an easier time getting to this line, this goal.
What was Mag using as proc sets though?
Like Kalurion, Kyanar, a few other things.
But I feel like it wasn't
with Grothar, shit like that.
But the proc problem was like more stamina based though, right? Like the big issue with proc sets, or I don't know.
It was like everything.
Yeah.
It was everything. Healing will now scale with the max mag or stamina. You must have 39.9k max magic or stamina to reach the original value of many sets. Sheesh.
That's a lot of stam.
That's a lot of.
Like mag, it's a little more reasonable, right? But like stam, I rarely see stam over like 30k or something. This applies to PvE too. Like, I don't like these proc sets. DDs aren't hitting 39k max stat anymore. Like that's long gone.
I actually had almost my max health was almost as much as my max mag.
Yeah, it is.
It's hilarious.
Mine actually is because of Sork pets and having so much like extra health.
Yeah.
I was at like 30k on both.
It was like, sheesh.
Yeah, it is sheesh. Oh, is our team health more than blue food though?
I have no idea. Tanking focused proc based events will scale with your max health or your resistance. Must have 43.9k max health or 30.6k physical spell resistance.
Okay, so our TM is 19 more health.
So you
19
more health and
2
2 more
mag.
magicka. Sheesh. This is luck. This is
Yeah,
luck.
you know that 2 magicka could save your life one day.
Oh god.
Could save your parse one day.
True, true.
Out of every 1,000 abilities you cast, you'll get one free.
You think 19... Wait, well, how much was it? You said 19?
19.
19 more max health.
Health.
I mean...
19 health for 3k gold seems worth.
I don't know. That's so tough now. I don't know.
19 health.
I mean, 19 health. You know, I'm just saying.
You're like, oh, if you had one extra 1/10 of a tick of burning on me.
Well, what if that saves you when you block?
I mean, hypothetically, sometimes it will, right?
Right. I mean, maybe.
Like,
right.
Well, it will. Like, eventually, there will be a situation where you will die with a kill margin of less than 19 health. But
shit, that's like, I don't know.
The frequency of that happening is just going to be so astronomically low.
Oh god, I love how we keep going back to our team.
I was just thinking about it when I saw, like... Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, it's funny. Oh man. What if you're like 19 health away from that 43 point, I don't know, whatever.
True. Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, updated visual effects to be less noisy for Draugr's Rest, Hades, Hollow Fang, Kinraz. Okay. Oh, right here. Arteum Pickled Fishbowl. And by the way, the Hades and Kinraz thing, that's so good. I hope.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Did you test it?
What about,
You see what it's like now?
Incratus?
I don't think Incratus on raid. When we were raiding on PTS, no, it didn't change. But anyway, Arteum Pickled Fishbowl. Fix an issue where this food buff was stronger than its blue food counterpart. The main focus of this food was meant to be its bonuses for fishing rather than combat effectiveness. The new values are at max level are now 5,414 max health and 4,938 max magicka.
So it's a slight mag nerf. Like, all mag specs.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, it's like, what, 500 mag or something? And... like, I forget how much it was.
The max health wasn't it. It was like the max mag, pretty sure.
Yeah.
By a lot, you know?
Yeah, a few hundred.
Ability altering weapons. Okay. So that's just VMA, Battle Shred, whatever. Following sets now scale off of your weapon or spell damage. And they just kind of talk a lot about which sets scale off of weapon or spell damage. But the great thing about this is you can just look in game. And there's like a tooltip. Yeah, there should be tooltips now, I think.
It's right at the bottom of the 5-piece.
Yeah, there we go.
Sentence.
Yeah. Yep. Hold on, let me look in their set. Is there any set that I have? Fuck me. Oh, Crimson. Wait. Yeah, so it says, this effect can occur once every 8 seconds and scales off your max health. So, there you go. You don't have to read the patch notes to, like, really know which sets. And that's why we're not gonna read these patch notes right here, because we just look at the game. However, we do have buffs to sets or nerfs to sets. Reduced, they nerfed the Amberplasm, reduced by, like, very slightly, 30, like, what was that, 20? No, 30 magicka, stamina, and health recovery on Emberplasm. They increased the base critical damage and healing done on Archer's Mine. up from 6% to 8%. Increased the bonus while sneaking or invisible to 16%, up from 12%. Blood Drinker reduced the damage bonus done for the set, or damage bonus for the set to 20%, down from 33%. Okay. Bone Pirate reduced the stamina recovery granted from this set to 133, down from 167. Crimson Twilight reduced the damage done by this set by approximately 44%.
EC,
Yeah,
huge buff.
That's one of the biggest buffs for PvE.
That's insane. Like,
Even
though I've been playing with it, it's so much. That's like the strong. Like, it's like that's approaching the strongest support set that exists.
Yeah.
And it's so DPS convenient too. Like, it doesn't make much sense to me for them to buff that, because it's like, I know they're trying to take the ability to wear support sets off of DDs, but yet EC is just such a fluid DD set. Like,
I think it's fine, but it goes against whatever the philosophy was in regards to Night Runner's Gaze or
and like
Flame.
Where they're trying to put support sets in terms of strength. Like, it totally, like, nerfing or changing the new set Saxiels at all and doing this, like, are completely contradictory of each other. Because Saxiels, like, when they, like, pre-nerf, like, it could have been, like, 2 or 3% DPS increase. And this is, like, over 5 or 7%. Like, it's 15% crit damage, which I think it's like a couple percent crit damage for 1% DPS. So
Yeah.
it's like so much stronger.
Yeah, I don't know what the
I don't know.
reasoning is with this one. Well,
It's just out of nowhere. Like,
yeah. I mean, what were the original values for Elemental Catalyst when it came out with
12%,
Stone Garden?
I think.
Yeah, it was like
in the PTS it was 12, and people were like, "Oh, that's so high."
I know.
And now it's 15. Like,
they nerfed it 3 times on 2 or 3 times.
so
on
maybe
PTS.
it was. I think it
was
might
like
have been
12,
15, then 12,
15,
then
12,
9.
7, something else. I don't know, dude.
Well, it ended 9.
Yeah. I don't know.
So, or did
2
they
or 3
like
times.
nerf it and then rebuff it once or something?
I have no idea. They touched it a lot. Is what I remember.
But like, this is like
Now it's like 15%.
as high as it was originally, or higher.
Yeah.
Like, it's, I don't know. Maybe they just didn't really like. Maybe they were pressured by player feedback to nerfing it, but they actually wanted it to be this strong. Maybe, I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, they also. Oh yeah, when we're talking about the new trial set. Yeah, I mean,
selling copies, baby.
Yeah.
It's all for selling copies. Like,
you think so?
nerf the best sustain set and introduce a good sustain set that's about the same as it used to be. Yeah. Like, they don't have a skin, dude. They gotta make the money on the copy somehow. Unless you want those
the
body
markings,
dude.
Oh my god.
You want those cracked body markings.
Oh man. I see Conjurer.
That should be like your profile picture, dude.
My profile picture. Oh no. This set now ticks every 2 seconds instead of 1 second, but the total coefficient remains unchanged. It's Icy Conjurer. Just PvP, so. Kraglin's Howl fixed an issue where this set did not proc on shared kills as the tool subsided. Shroud of Lich. The Lich set got a slight buff of about 84.
It's like 10% or 8%. Something.
Yeah.
It's not that small. It's cool. I like Lich. I like it. Black Bar Lich. PvP.
This set now applies the hemorrhaging status effect each tick, but deals approximately 46% less damage. Okay. This set now lasts for 10 seconds and 10-second cooldown instead of 5 seconds and 5-second cooldown. Monster Mass. I think someone asked what the hemorrhaging status effect is, by the way, in chat. It's like the status effect you get from applying bleed damage, and I think it gives a secondary effect. I forget which one. It's like not that relevant. It's like, what is it? It's resource return? No, that's the magical one. I don't know. I forget. But if I don't remember it, then it's probably not that significant. But anyway, Monster Mass. The following sets now scale off of your weapon or spell damage, whichever is higher. Okay, we're just gonna go over that. They did buff Crag, but they kind of. But I mean, they increased the cooldown though. I don't know. It's like double. Yeah, Lambrus was changed. This set
Isn't
now procs.
hemorrhaging? Sorry.
Yeah, go on, go on.
Isn't hemorrhaging the stats effect from bleeds now, or like from bleed damage?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Isn't it just a damage over time effect? So like they're nerfing the damage, but they're applying the status effect to it. Like it's just
Sorry, that's
a
fresh.
dot, I think.
It gave something. I forget. See, unicorn said hemorrhoids.
Gives
Hemorrhoids?
Jesus.
Oh no, hemorrhoids is minor
enemies.
bone. I think.
It's super effective in PvP, dude.
Give hemorrhoids to your enemies. Oh yeah, let's go.
For 10 seconds, dude.
Oh no. Yeah. That's a forfeit in a duel. Sheesh. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna go on. Wait, they changed the Lambers. Now you get both lightning and fire.
Wait,
Hell
again?
yeah, but they
Okay.
adjusted the damage. Let me look at the Lambers.
What does that mean, up or down?
Probably down if it's both at the same time.
Imagine like making a change like that. I mean, the damage is adjusted. Like,
Alright, now
nerf
it's
or buff?
448 flame damage and 423 shock damage.
Wait, on what? A tank?
True.
Who are you on? Like,
I'm on a tank, yeah.
Okay, I'll
My
look.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Like, that seems really
Hey, Lambers
bad.
is dead, let's go.
Whoa.
Minor mangle? Oh, yeah,
I'm-
that's whatever.
It says 530, 527, and 552 on my sword right now.
Okay.
Looking at it.
So what was it pre-Blackwood? It was like,
I die.
what was it, like, fucking... Let me look. Okay, it was like 2,015 damage pre-Blackwood. Total.
Yeah, but I don't know how that like, if what I'm looking at reflects how they're looking at it on ESO sets. You know.
Right. I don't know. I guess it's like... What is that? 1,000 less? Almost 1,000 less?
Half, basically.
Yeah. So they added both effects, but nerfed half the damage of Lambris by, yeah.
Like, they didn't just have the damage of each effect, they fourth the damage of each, quartered. Probably dead, unfortunately.
Well, what about the... I guess the stat aspects don't matter in the raid, but what about, like...
I mean, looking at, like, comparing it to Grothar, like, I mean, maybe my tooltip's wonky, because Grothar says 939.
Well, 930... Well, Grothar wasn't changed. Only Lambris.
I know, I was just comparing. Looking at my tooltip. So it's still, like... This is a 100% uptime, too? We can mess around with it later.
Yeah. Inferno Guardian, Kalnar, Crimes. Mauled Inferno was... not buffed, really. It's kind of like Crags. Lasts 3 seconds, but ticks every 1 second, so yeah, it's nerfed. The Rhino Stamina...
Right?
Okay, it just kind of gets into everything. Maarselok, I think, is dead now. This set now procs off your melee heavy attacks rather than bashes.
Really?
Increase the cooldown to 10 seconds, up from 7. Reduce the bonus scaling per negative effect to 2%, down from 5%. Or remove the cap of 50%. This set now scales off your weapon. I think it's fucking dead.
What did Maarselok do to anybody? Who decided this? Like, heavy attacks and increase the cooldown.
I don't know, dude.
Like, and then you need 50, or excuse me, you need 25 negative effects to get it to where it used to be. You don't have... That's a lot.
That's a lot of negative effects, even in raid.
That's a lot. Even in raid. I mean, that's just like having to heavy attack is just so bad.
Yeah, they killed it. They just killed the shit out of this set.
I don't know why, because it wasn't like where people... I don't think people were even using it right now.
No.
Or
No.
like even on stem.
Nope. Not
That's
even
so
on
strange. Because like the downside on it was like bashing having to take away sustain, and like taking away your sustain. And I don't know. That seems very strange to me. Like completely strange.
Yeah, I have a candle over there I can light, sort of as a little memorial for Maarselok.
Yeah, I mean, that set was our tried and true for
for a patch. Or a couple patches.
It was like 2 or 3.
Yeah, a couple patches. Alright. Scourge Harvester. Reduce the damage dealt by the set. Yeah, okay, whatever. By approximately 30%. Durvokun, increase the damage dealt by the set by approximately 22%. Increase the damage. What?
PvP buff, I guess?
Yeah, yes.
Because people run around with that set all the time. Or used to.
Well, but they also increased the cooldown last nerf. But I don't know. It's just like no one really used Durvokun for the damage. It's just for the defile.
Right.
And the space control.
Yeah. Like having people to not step into the file.
Yeah, I think it's kind of negligible. The 22%. They buffed Bloodlord's Embrace a little bit. Malakath increases the damage done, your damage done by 16%, but reduces your critical damage done by 50%, rather than increasing your damage done by 25% and making you unable to deal critical damage. Okay. So you can crit with Malakath.
I mean, overall, I think it's about the same as it used to be in PvP, right? Because, like, you weren't critting that much anyways.
Right.
Like, but now you can crit, but your crit damage is lower.
50% lower.
And it's only 9%. Like, I think it's about the same, right? So, if you had an excuse to use it, like, you probably still will have one.
Yeah, I don't understand the... I don't understand
I also don't understand the logic behind that change. Like, I thought it was fine how it was.
No. Oh, Ring of the Pale Order. Our favorite.
But, oh, Malkath is actually buffed for some classes. Because, like, now you could use it on Sork with Crit Surge and stuff. And still actually heal with that skill.
I think another really good point Ratskifal brought up is that it now works with proc sets that need a critical strike as a condition. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty good.
That's what I'm getting, yeah. Crit Surge, any proc set.
Alright, Ring of the Pale Order. Let's see. Increase the amount of healing done from this set to 20% of your damage done, up from 18%, okay. The set now loses 4% of its value per group member you're with. That means if you're alone, it'll stay at 20%, cool, but reduce to 8% if you're in a group with 3 other players and 0% with 5 or more other players. Yep. Rest in peace, Ring of the Pale Order for trials, easy peasy. Remove the heal cap. Cool.
I think, like, you know, kind of at its core, this is what this ring was meant to be.
Yeah,
like
should have been.
Good tech for a arena. You know, do I think it should be 0% in trial? No. Do I think it should be, like, 2/3 nerfed in dungeons? No. I think it could have been, like, 4%, 10%, 2 or 3%. Like, I don't know if it's necessary to just make it do nothing in trials. Like,
I mean,
I think that's a little over. Like 3% of your damage done in healing, like, you're gonna die in most trials situations like that. But
I mean, if you're the only one running, it's like it's kind of whatever.
I also think it could have been cool to have it like group members in proximity of you, like however many group members you have within 28 meters. So, like, let's say hypothetically you're doing Etherean Archive and taking the portals, you know, like if you're on the side with the Pale Order ring, like with your 3 group members, it could do 8% still. Yeah.
No.
Whatever. It's good. It's good overall.
No. It was a bit too unhealthy for trials.
Yeah.
It's like completely replace the healer.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And add in the.
It was fun.
Add in the vamp toggle.
God, I wish I was DPSing Ring of. Nah, damn it.
It was fun, but
I'm sure it was. All right, overlay sets. Yeah, more shit. Venomous Smite was nerfed. I think a lot of people hate Venomous Smite in PvP.
Takes every 2 seconds. Worst proc set, right?
Yeah, one of the worst offenders. Yeah. The following sets now scale off. Okay, Winter's Respite ticks every 2 seconds of 1 second. Baja Fresh Curse damage is scale off your max health. So is Grace of Gloom. Bloodthorn's Touch reduced the Magicka and stamina granted from the set. Granted to 800, not from 958. Bright Boast was slightly nerfed by 34 Magicka recovery. Citadel's Warden, whatever. Eternal Vigor no longer grants the line of max health when 5 pieces. Prisoner's Rags increased the Magicka granted from this. What?
It's almost a quarter nerf in that stat line on Breakthrough. Right?
Oh. Way of Martial Knowledge. Fixing the issue where the set would not proc on some NPCs. So I think that's like the MK bug that we encountered in Raid. PvP sourced. Whatever. I'm Alexei's Mercy. Yeah, it was quite a powerful healing set, to be honest. I actually even used it for a tank build. Those of the Harbinger reduced the damage scaling of the set to 5.1% of your max health on proc, down from 7%. What is this number? 5.1435% of your max health on proc, down from 7. What? Why didn't they just do 5%?
Or 5.1.
What is this pi number?
5.15 or 5.2 or...
What is this number? I don't understand.
And now they're gonna have to like, does that show on it? On the set? What is this called?
I have no idea. It's Harbinger. Those are the Harbinger. 5.1435%.
No, it just shows the value of damage.
Yeah.
Kind of silly, but I guess it's just a back end number. Like, we won't see it in the game, so it's whatever.
Yeah. They slightly increased the health, magic, and stamina of restoration of Vengeance Leech, Vice Cannon, and Venom. Ticks every 2 seconds. Overall, like, Vicious Death was nerfed, I think. Someone said. But they increased the radius by a meter. Trial, Reliquin, Alkosh, whatever, Twilight Remedy, whatever. Defending Warrior, Eternal Warrior, Defending Warrior.
I mean, that's a 50%. That's like a halves the damage of Roar of Alkosh. Like, when you were considering, like, in Stam Comp, you consider flexing that to a DD. That's actually a significant loss.
Well, apparently, like, it's the same, regardless of it sticking every 2 seconds. Like they adjusted
increased
the
the
damage. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why they didn't say that. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why they got, like, stingy with the explanations later on. It's a lot of notes, I get it, but...
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't run into any patch notes about trials. Wasn't there patch notes about trials?
I mean...
Miscellaneous quest and zones, holy shit.
UI?
This is really cool too. Increase the number of characters that can be used for guild message of the day about us. 2,048 characters. Finally. Sheesh.
And now they need to add in, like...
a mailing system?
In-game support of, like, adding, like, colored letters, like a customized thing you see at, like, the top of a Word document for, like, the message of the day. Like, different fonts and stuff. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, I think a lot of console players complain about this bug too. Fixing the issue with some components of the guild history. I think also PC guilds. Some components of the guild history were not being properly displayed. But yeah, finally, I mean, message of the day is like blurb of the day right now, or was. Now it's like actual message of the day.
Yeah. Reason
to just check it now. Gamepad mode. Imagine playing on controller on PC. Kappa.
OMEGALUL.
Okay. Fixes improvements for PTS version 7.0.4.
There we go.
Okay, here we go. This is not a comprehensive list of bug fixes. Okay, buddy. Alright, let's go.
We're so close to the bottom, though. Is this only like one page?
Yeah, probably. Buffs and debuffs. Fixing the issue where some buffs will not last for the correct duration or partial effects to remain. Okay. This will fix the issue where some food or drink buffs could stack. Isn't there a food buff bug right now on live? I have no idea.
There was one on PTS where, like, anytime you pour it out, you would lose it. If that's still there, thank God they nerfed Artaeum, because we would go broke having to reset our Artaeum every time the instance gets reset.
Yeah. Alright. Okay, here we go. Rockgrove. Finally. Alright. The scouting wound effect applied via the fire behemoth's scouting strike can no longer be dodged. What?
So just sit there and block and barrier and pray, I guess.
What the fuck? What's the point of this? I guess it's a lot harder on the off tank.
They're buffing more trash again.
The Havocro Barbarian will now attack more quickly after completing a Rampage and Fire cast. What?
Another buff to trash.
Will no longer
more
immediately
pressure.
cast. Okay. Decrease the damage from Emblazoned Stomp, which can also no longer be dodged. Well, I mean, if it did decrease the damage again, I mean, I don't know. The Havocro Butcher's Burning Slice deals less damage per tick. Okay. Ignite damage over time effect applied by the Havocro Butcher, and the Torchcaster now deals a percentage of maximum health per tick and can no longer be cleansed. What?
So no more
interesting
hitting Purify and running away. You gotta stand still, get healed out.
Okay. Decrease the damage dealt in cast time from the Havocro Torchcaster's Arching Blaze. In addition, the targeted player cannot be cleansed of the targeting. If the targeted player character dies while the Arcing Blaze is being cast, the cast will still complete on that target. Reduce the cast time? For the Meteor? They buffed the shit out of trash, dude. What the heck?
And this is like, if I'm correct, these are changes from the last PTS iteration, right?
That is correct, yes.
So everything there that's not changed in these sentences is still there.
Right.
Okay.
On live, yep. Oxid Soul, reduce the damage from Noxious Sludge. I'm curious how much.
So that's another nerf to that, correct? Like,
yes.
That's a second nerf.
No. Yeah, that's a second nerf. Sorry, my bad. That's to the poison.
And now back to Magma Sludge at low health instead of time-based. Interesting. That's the orange AO. That's orange.
Yeah, so... Okay. I'm not gonna say anything. Boss...
Oh, I mean...
Well, I mean, it's obvious, right?
Yeah.
But... Whatever. Oh, that's the end. Holy shit. Okay, Boss A...
Oh.
Player characters recently killed during the encounter now only hear a single shot from Boss A instead of possibly hearing multiple.
Dude, that's a great change.
The bleeding effect applied via the Flesh Abomination's
That's
hemorrhaging second.
Holy.
Oh no.
Off tank, dude. Misform, baby.
Can he though?
I don't even know. That fight is so toxic. It's be a vampire for misform. Such a meme. I mean, were you dodging the death touch? I don't think you were dodging that, so it's not a change for us.
No. I can't dodge the death touch effect from the sickle applying to me, but you guys can roll dodge into the...
Right. No, I was saying, were you even dodging that
No,
before?
I couldn't dodge it. I tried dodging it, but
so
I don't know. Whatever.
It's not a
Doesn't
change
really
for
matter.
you. Like,
So they didn't touch boss 2 at all, which is fine, I guess.
Well, I mean
we can get it down to what, 7 minutes, or 8 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like whatever. But for most groups, I think
it's gonna be tough.
it's gonna be like, whew, boss 2. I think boss 2 is the
Like,
real boss of Rockgrove for sure. In terms of the focus you need and shit.
Off tank's trying to pug hard mode with the Flesh Abomination not being able to be dodged.
No, there's no way you can pug hard mode in Rockgrove. There's no way. I think this is probably the...
Well, I mean, Sunspire took a while for people to be able to pug it. Like, I remember in the farming Discord, like, in NA, like, the MC people kind of started figuring out, and they were pulling people, and then after a while, groups got up, but...
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it'll be hard, because, like, the damage requirement for Zalvaka is just extremely high, and as shown there, if you want to read it.
Oh yeah, Death Stars will no longer affect targets. I'll believe when I see it.
Right, they said this the patch previous. It was worse.
Right.
If it's fixed, I'll be very happy, actually.
Yeah, I'll be very happy. Reduce the number of wraiths which can be active at a time and the time their corpses will persist. Soul Resonance will now be applied from Zalvaka rather than from wraiths.
So...
Okay, that's what
wraiths are the things that
give her the
go
shield.
Towards the boss.
Yeah.
And
give her the shield.
Provide the little blob synergy.
Well, the blob synergy appears after you kill the wraiths.
Right, but there's less wraiths, so now there's gonna be less
blobs. Yeah.
So, which is a good and a bad thing, I guess.
Well, they did nerf that, reduce the number of raids which can be activated, and the time their corpses will persist.
Right. But now, like, exploding the blob quickly, like, won't be as easy, so like...
Oh, God. Guess I'm going Vamp.
Yeah, I'm very hesitant to make my character... I hate the way Vamp looks, man.
No, this is a new
trial. It's
trial
just so
sesh.
annoying to have to be Vamp because of one boss needing a defensive skill. Like, that's ridiculous, but...
I really thought they were going to tone down the Depth's Touch a little bit, but... guess not. Guess they're happy with Mistform. Okay. I mean, I'll do whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'll
just
slot
like...
whatever I need to slot, but...
Yeah, exactly. It's just whatever. Go for a trifecta, get the mount, and push it, whatever.